I really wish that we had been live when you said "hitter in the shitter, Billy."
Scared Billy.
We're live now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
So anyway, welcome to the 18th episode of Screaming into the Void, where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. Today we've got a bit of a full panel. With us, as sometimes, is Maester Chow.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth. With Cat Despises Amazon Prime with a passion.
Yes,
Thank
with
God.
a passion.
I wonder what that's about.
Lawrence Knight.
What's up?
And joining us again for the second time is Shadow of Hawk 55.
Howdy, boys and girls.
We possibly will have another guest when she can make it. We will see what happens. She's busy this afternoon, so hopefully she'll be able to pop in and grant us an audience. Got a few things to cover today. Normally I don't. I just kind of like let things go, and we just end up where we end up with the conversations, but which is a lot of fun, mind you. I love doing that. But today we have a couple of things to talk about. A couple of recent things involving the channel. Number one, my community page unlocked yesterday, so I have been taking advantage of that. It's out there. It's up there. I don't know why, because you're supposed to have 500 subscribers before that even unlocks. And I'm going to say this too. So Shadow of Hawk posted something on his. He's got 42 subscribers, and he says, I can post stuff now. So I commented on there, and I said, well, how the hell did you manage that? And not 15 seconds after I posted that comment, mine unlocked.
I think I know why. Locals is
illicit-
becoming a bigger
illicit dealings
competition.
with YouTube.
Yeah.
No, it's locals. YouTube is trying to compete with TikTok and locals.
Well,
and
I think
They
that's-
got to do something. They're fucking dying in
Yeah,
obsolescence here.
That's absolutely it. It's not just locals either, because we've also recently announced to, for anybody who hasn't been here for the last week, I have started archiving our streams over on Rumble. The link is in the description.
Yeah,
We
Rumble in
can't-
public.
Yeah, we can't stream live right yet. We have to
need
get 100
100.
subscribers before we do that. And Kat's in the same boat. She's porting her stuff over to Rumble right now too. So and her Rumble link is also in the description. So when we get 100 subscribers up, though, we can stream on Rumble, which I mean, you know, we get kicked off of YouTube for any reason, we'll still be live on Rumble. So that's
As long as they're live somewhere, I guess.
yeah, that's what we're that's what we're aiming at, is to make sure that the word still gets out, that kind of thing. So that's the good news. The bad news, for those of you who haven't heard, the Exiled Lioness channel was suspended.
For what?
Who'd I lose? I lost Shadow. Hopefully he'll be back. So it was suspended this week, and they took down her most recent live stream. She has not told me exactly for what. I doubt YouTube has given her a precise reason.
I don't think they need a reason. They're YouTube.
Probably political crap. He's back. You know,
I don't know what
Because-
happened. My computer just had an aneurysm.
oh no, fair enough. So the last live stream was pretty chill. Some of you guys in the chat were there. You know, there wasn't anything heavy talked about, you know, in great detail. We were having some fun. Everybody was calm, and there was no fighting or anything. Nobody said anything too egregious. The one before that, on the other hand, got spicy as shit. Like Taco Bell spicy.
Yeah, I might
It's-
have caught the Cliff's Notes of your little stream you did on that one.
Yeah. So and that one's still up for some fucking reason.
So no, then
Yeah,
it must
yeah,
have
I
been the one
noticed that.
after. They would not. I mean, I don't know much
Yeah.
about YouTube, which is odd since I have like 7,000 subscribers.
Yeah. So we have
Don't know what I'm
tried to get the word out as best we can. I emailed a bunch of people. Some of you in the chat got those emails, the ones I have emails for. You know, I put it on. I put out a live stream as well. Made some phone calls. Tried to get as many people as possible to know about it, who could then reach out to the rest of the Pride, because I do not have direct contact information for every one of her 37,000 followers. But so that was part of what we're
Pick it up,
talking about.
Slack. Yes, get that info.
Yeah. So that is what we're part of what we're talking about today, is her. Hopefully she'll show up so she can talk about it as a guest, YouTube. So and and all that. And plus, also, we want to talk a little bit about PayPal and the corporatism of our government. And all that nonsense. I'm sure some of you guys heard that PayPal put out a tweet last week that they then retracted and said they were just kidding about fining people directly from their bank accounts $2,500 for wrongthink.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
think
I
wow.
responded to
I just-
PayPal.
think they
I
got their
deleted
dicks stuck
my.
in the
I
wall.
closed my account, and I told PayPal that farts cure the coof. Cat
Wait,
farts
what?
cure the coof.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, I
I
didn't-
don't
Yeah, you
use
didn't know
Twitter.
that?
This is the first I'm hearing of this shit. I'm gonna quickly go delete my
Yeah.
PayPal account.
Now, as far as PayPal goes, they said that was a mistake. That shouldn't have gotten out. You know, oh, we were just kidding. Blah blah blah. Thing is it's embedded in their terms of service.
Yeah, no, I'm deleting my PayPal account right now.
Yep.
Fuck,
It will take it'll take a few days for them to actually delete it because it, you know how that shit
Delete
works.
everybody, Shadowhawk. Don't just stop with yourself.
No,
So, yeah, and that's indicative of because you guys got to realize they're just testing the waters with this shit. Sooner or later, it'll be every corporate entity, banks, credit cards, that sort of thing. If you say things they don't like, and this has already been put into practice in places like Canada, they can shut down your ability to feed yourself.
yeah, no, that's outright.
Hashtag
That's
social credit score.
Yeah, that's
I mean-
what it is, a social credit score.
what I find really funny is like the other day I thought about it.
hey, Shadow. Hey, something in there doesn't like the way you think, man.
No, I just put that poster up, and I thought, hey, I don't have that many of like the things. So let me try putting up with one. I should have done two. I'm a lazy bastard. I'm a cheap bastard. I'll fix that later. But no, so like I was doing there was a book I read in middle school called Insignia. Like it's about basically corporations, they take over. Like the other day I'm thinking, hey, the world's going to shit. I might as well find this book again. And the next day you guys are telling me that some of this shit that goes on in that book is happening now. I think that's hilarious.
Well,
yeah,
it's
that's why I
it's
don't have
been
a Patreon.
happening. It's just out in the public eye now.
Yeah. Well, no, like I've been seeing this shit for a while, but like what I'm saying is like them being like, for example, the disinformation board. Woo-hoo. That's a page out of 1984's book.
You know what's funny about that is the lady who was put in charge of that whole thing, right? For the
Oh, she's
whole
creepy.
2 weeks they were in operation, she blocked
She was
me
a
on
Potterhead,
Twitter.
right?
Yeah, she blocked me on Twitter personally.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Oh,
that part. I
wow.
knew she was freaking Dolores Umbridge though.
Now I retweeted some stuff at her and she
must
did
not
not
tell
appreciate
lies.
that. So
I just wish PayPal had noticed my tweet about the cat farts curing the coof, and apparently,
yeah. So real quick before we get too much further, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Looks like we got Kohai Maskist who's pissing off Larry today. We have Bo Omega, mandatory carries in chat, which is awesome to see.
no,
Mr.
Doug
Buddy.
McCoy.
Yeah, Doug McCoy. Mugsykins, good to see you. Joshua, great to see you, man. Falkzod, welcome. So, yeah, what do you guys think?
I think the world's going to hell and we're all going with it.
Well, that's the short answer.
Not me, I'll be fine. I have a
Hey.
hammer.
You just asked about, hey, I'm downright amazed at what I can do right with this, just a hammer.
Yeah, well, that's why I keep a brick, man. It's a problem-solving implement.
Right? You agreed with
And
me.
that ain't a tool, that's a damn brick.
Muggsy, go take a look at that when I get a chance.
You know,
No.
On YouTube, definitely.
Carrie, you're gonna have to change your screen name to Thug McCoy. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's
Come on, it's awesome.
a law
It's
now.
awesome.
You know,
Sorry, I have chocolate.
it just came to mind. I'm gonna have to look up because I can't remember who it was. But when this whole thing about what PayPal did came out, I was watching a news program and they were saying there's already an alternative being built in place for people who don't want to put up with that.
Parallel economy made by John.
Good old
Dan Bongino.
Yeah, Dan Bongino. Yeah.
I love Dan Bongino.
Mugskin says you should
Yeah,
read these two
trolls.
books, The Lucifer Principle and The Gulag Archipelago. I've only heard of one of those.
Yeah, I've heard of the Gulag Archipelago.
I've heard of neither, but I imagine they involve government overreach, authoritarianism, that sort of shit.
Right. Well, I just this morning I was listening to one of Razorfist's rants about the history of fascism and socialism, and it's there's a lot of information he throws at you at once, but it's pretty insightful stuff. And that's what we're witnessing is the rise of actual fascism. You know, when the corporate merges with the government.
Wait, don't you mean 20? I thought 2016 was when fascism hit America, and that
Yes,
2020
yes,
is
it was,
when we got
because
rid
it's
of it.
Trump's
Are you
fault.
telling
You just you're racist.
Wait, you're right. Oh my God, we should be becoming.
Are you
more
telling me
free.
that? Are you telling me that CNN, MSNBC, all those freaking bastards have been lying to us?
But no, they would never lie. The communist news
No.
network.
Oh,
Well-
good. Okay, so Donald Trump is Hitler
Yes.
for
Yes. Did you see his little
lessening
mustache?
government overreach and all that shit. He is still Hitler. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
speaking of that,
does not change.
did you see how they held that meeting on Friday and they voted to haul him in before the committee for questioning? And then and the reply he gave, I was just sitting there. I was telling somebody that I was like, this is so funny because they're doing this. But 3 months ago, they pulled someone in who showed proof that he had nothing to do with it, and they're still trying to pin this on him.
Yeah.
You
of
know,
course they
Jan-
are.
That's no.
No,
They're
the
still
thing
trying to
is
pin it on this. It's so funny, and people actually believe that they still believe he did it. I'm like, they just hauled somebody. Somebody just walked into there 3 months ago with physical proof, and then I see a news report on Yahoo where the writer's swearing up and down that there's no evidence that Trump tried to offer any National Guard troops or anything, and I was like, I saw it in real time before it happened.
It's absolutely fucked how they're making an anthill into how they're making a fucking like a
They're making a
molehill out of
mountain
an
out of a
anthill, and that anthill doesn't even exist.
And then Nancy Pelosi got caught on a hot mic saying apparently
Yeah, she wants to
when it
punch him in the
happened
face.
she said I've been waiting for this, and then she said that she was going to go to jail for beating up Donald Trump. She was like, I was waiting for this to happen.
No, but
Wait,
the
did you guys
thing-
wait? Have you gone? This is one thing that I saw that I found really funny. Like the whole like they wanted hang Mike Pence. I recently saw like this image that's like how they're like portraying the gibbet in the like in the trial, and then you actually see the actual gibbet, and it's like they made a gibbet that's like 4 foot tall for a dude that's like 5'10". Like,
Well, at least to land on his feet, right?
Yeah.
like
Waka
he's
waka.
is he gonna kneel and just pull an Epstein and just
Yeah,
force himself to
That's
choke
what
on
they
it or
expect
something?
everyone to do is just kneel. Just kneel
Well,
down
it's-
and take it.
That as long as it's autoerotic, right?
If it's not, it doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean that might be his thing. Oh no, they brought my one weakness.
Autoerotic asphyxiation. No.
Or I can't believe I'm about to say this on air. Or he'll let them put the noose on his neck and look at somebody like me and say, "Well, I guess I'm one of you now."
Look, let me just say this. Isn't it interesting how much they're pushing this? How much you're not allowed to say anything about the 2020 event. How it's almost like they have a guilty conscience. It's almost like, yeah, I really did win this fairly. No, I swear, I didn't cheat. I really won this fairly. I mean, really, don't you dare say I cheated. I won this fairly.
Yeah.
And we need to prove it. I mean, there's
But
like a
Kat,
guilty conscience.
In the man's defense, I'm still not sure that he even knows he ran for president at this point.
I think he's going to be
Okay,
serious in
I was
court.
doing come on, man.
Yeah.
Pony
Where
soldier.
am I?
My hair on my legs is standing up.
Yeah, because I'm
I got
running in
hairy legs and-
2024.
The little black kids used to rub my legs, and you know the
My
hairs
legs
on my legs, and
get really light.
they were
Run,
like,
Corn
little
Pop.
kids, run!
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Who was Corn Pop? What the hell is Corn Pop?
You don't know who Corn Pop is?
No! All I know is he
It's
mentioned.
a cereal nobody likes to eat.
Hey, I love Kellogg's Corn Pops. Gotta
I
have
like
my
Corn. I like
Pops.
Corn Pop.
Well, you can have it. You can have all the corn you want.
I haven't had cereal
Wrong
in
kind
a
of
very
corn there,
long
Larry.
time.
I finished off my box of Cheerios that I haven't had cereal in years. I bought a box of Cheerios. Just finished it today. Not
How
buying
many
any
days
more
did it
for
take you to
money.
finish it? 2? That stuff is
Like 5, 6, 7 days.
Okay, that's
something like
impressive.
that.
because my family would buy cereal and my brothers would eat it before I even knew it was there. This is
Well,
what
I'm
happens when you
one-
high five brothers.
I'm one person, and I prefer a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a good anything that's got meat in it for breakfast instead. So
I
That's just
prefer a
me.
good enema to corn pops. So
No, but seriously, on top of that,
You would.
the fact that they keep pushing this, I mean, you know what? Honestly, given the disaster that Joe Biden has been, I'd be like, we need to be quiet about this. We don't want anyone to know that we actually voted for Joe
Well,
Biden.
That's
Given
the problem. Is
mess,
they have to shout everybody down. I mean, that's 99.9% of it. Is they have to shout everybody down because God forbid anyone thinks something different than them. God forbid anyone have a mind of their own. Oh my God, walk in lockstep. Otherwise, we're gonna fucking cancel you.
Yeah, no. And what I also find really funny, and like the fact that no one calls this out, is like the shift in language. Like originally, it was there is absolutely no voter fraud happening. This is the most secure election ever. And then you get video footage of of people after voting was done bringing in suitcases full of votes into a building. And then it's like, okay, there was some voter fraud, but it wasn't enough to actually change things. And then like 2 years later, that was actually Republicans. We don't have the receipts, but take it from us, it's actually Republicans. We got this one guy on Reddit telling us that, like, it's just the shift and the fact that if they're ever caught lying, they just delete it and no one ever calls them out.
Yeah, they deflect, they change blame, they lay it on anybody but their own heads, and that's just
It didn't work,
parcel
Bo.
for most, oh fuck. Yeah, it's just
Bo, it didn't work. We are hornier than ever.
oh my God, we are so. It is insane. How we are the dumbest nation on the planet, but our kids are the most sexually awoken.
I mean,
Yes,
they're calling that intelligence these days, but they call everything something that it isn't lately. So that's that said, man, as far as the voter fraud thing goes, whether or not that was happened in Minecraft or whatever in a certain recent election that we're apparently still not supposed to talk about or criticize.
Yeah, no, like
but the point is that voter fraud happens in every American election.
Yeah, exactly.
Always has.
It does.
It always has. It's usually to a very small degree or whatever, but I mean it's part of the American way.
yeah, I'm aware. But my big thing is like they are so like I haven't seen any exact numbers to say 100% Biden won by cheating. What I am saying is everyone knows it's always been a factor of elections since basically as long as anyone can remember, yet they are like so determined to say that it does not happen is where I'm like, okay, if they just...
You're hiding something. It feels
Yeah.
like they're hiding something.
Exactly.
And Shadow, you know what's so stupid about just going back to the shift, how they're saying it's Republicans? If that's true, and I could decimate their argument with this. If that's true, then why was Trump leading at night and then we come back in the morning and he's getting destroyed?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if those are Republicans doing all that stuff, that man would be sitting in the White House right now.
Exactly.
The thing is, I didn't even doubt it until the moment, first of all, I found out that YouTube is not allowed, that if my YouTube channel could be wiped for saying anything against it, which is why because I'm a stubborn person who refuses to be told what I can and can't say, said that the election was my cat Buster was supposed to win the presidential election, and everyone cheated.
Hey, I voted for a extinction level asteroid event, so you guys are all
sweet
but-
meteor
you're
of
lucky I
death.
didn't win.
But the moment they said you're not allowed to speak about it, and now the fact that they keep pushing it, it feels like someone who has something to hide.
Well, of course
Yeah,
they do.
Sociopaths.
And it's even worse. And it's even worse when you have people like I think it was Mark Zuckerberg when he went on Joe Rogan was like talking about how we were told by the FBI to censor certain information. No one's freaking out about an intelligence agency going to a private company that controls the flow of information.
Well, here's the thing,
telling them-
Shadow, is we knew that happened. We all knew that happened. This was just him saying it out loud.
Yeah,
And he was
exactly. Like,
complicit.
no
in it.
one reacted to him. Like very few people are like, "Oh fuck," and just deleting Facebook. People still use Facebook.
And the funny thing is he was complicit in it. So, and I'm like, if he was worried about that, as much money as that man has with his platform, you mean to tell me he couldn't have gone on Twitter and told the president or did a news, hey, the FBI just came to us and said this, and this.
Sure, he could have, but who's paying him?
Exactly. Or rather, he's paying them.
You know, it's just it's part and parcel of the whole thing. But you know, and that actually brings up another point concerning like alternative tech and platforms. Y'all remember Parler?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know what happened to Parler? They were using someone else's servers, and there was
They got taken down, right?
illegal
They were
collusion
using
between
Amazon servers.
Amazon, Twitter, Facebook, all colluded to make Parler disappear.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Basically, what
Yeah.
happened is that Facebook and Twitter went to Amazon and said, you know, we bring you a lot of money. We could stop doing that, or you could make these guys go away.
Isn't that illegal?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Huh. Nope, nothing shifty going on there. Clearly,
Yeah.
just the free market at work. Nothing
Yeah.
shifty, nothing shady happening.
Funny
there.
how the owners of Parler didn't actually take them to court, because I would have been like,
I
what
think they tried
servers?
to.
Prove it.
Parler was a relatively new platform. They didn't have the funds to go to court and fight these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know,
most of their problem. You know, the
Hey,
people
Queen.
they're fighting against have like unlimited resources.
They could have borrowed it from Queen Lala.
The thing is, look, as I've said this multiple times, I have no problem. You do you, believe, but don't tell me. That's why the whole thing. That's why one of the things that really pissed me off and which really makes me frightened is what happened with the Spider-Man video game, which I've mentioned, which is the Spider-Man video game. Someone made a mod to revert to use the Middle Eastern version, because in the Middle East, instead of having pride flags, they had American flags. So they made a mod that allows you to use that version. This person got booted off of a mod site because he did that, and people were screeching at this person because, oh my God, he replaced pride flags with American flags. Now it's like you're telling me how to think. And you're telling me what I'm not allowed and not allowed to do. So I'm not allowed to say anything against the pride flag. Wait a minute. So it's legal for me to burn the American flag. So I guess it means I can burn any flag I want, right? Well, you know, if I did burn that flag and post it online, people will basically destroy my life, because how dare I? Well, that's one. Like I said, I am a stubborn person. You don't tell me what I can and can't say.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Kat, is as long as that flag that you're burning, regardless of what that flag is your personal property, yeah, you can burn it all you like. You absolutely have the right to do that. The problem is that there's a bunch of fucking lunatics online who will make your life miserable if you do something they don't like, including stomping on the rainbow.
Yeah, but you know, at some point, you got to give them the middle finger and say, you know what, I don't give a rat's behind what you think. And I've been seeing it happening a lot. A lot of people are getting sick and tired. They're getting tired of it. Just like, you guys, women, you're asking for equality, and now you want to tell everybody how to think.
And
You saw what just happened in Michigan, right? In Dearborn, how all
I was
all
gonna
the
say.
Muslims went out there and shut down that school board because they were introducing LGBTQ and sexual material to children. They were trying to put books and stuff like that in the schools, and they actually thought. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, because I was listening to the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, and they were mentioning another event that was similar that happened in the UK, where he went there and he said that he spoke with the Muslims at the event, and he said that they were very reasonable people. They said, we have nothing against gay people at all. We have no problem with them. We just don't want you bringing this pornographic material that is inappropriate for children into our schools. And he said they didn't sound fanatic. They sounded like parents who care about their children. And it's the same thing with the Dearborn thing. They didn't say we don't want gay people in Dearborn, Michigan. They didn't say they had anything against gay people in Michigan. As I've said multiple times, as long as you're not hitting on me, I have friends who are gay. All right. So like I said, I just don't hit on me because I am straight. But just don't bring this don't force it on our children.
Well, Kat, don't you know that refusing to date an individual in one of these groups is a hate crime in itself? Like, again, another podcast the Lotus Eater thing they did. There was like an event where some lesbians were forced to leave because
I remember
because trans people were hitting on them, and it's like, I don't want to date you. I don't want to date someone with a penis.
Yeah, those weren't trans people. Those were dudes who were saying they were trans people so they could try and have sex with a lesbian.
Yeah, but let's assume that their story was 100% correct.
Yeah, real quick.
Even though it was a fucking lie.
Shadow, hold on. Mugsikins, Amazon is a private corporation, and they do have the right to refuse to do business with anybody. That is true. However, what they don't have the right to do collude either willingly or through coercion with other corporations to actively put another business out of business. Now, if the free market dictates that they go out of business, people just aren't showing up, they aren't paying for the service or whatever, and they just kind of fail, that's one thing. But what they actually did was gang up illegally to put Parler down,
So it'd
which
be
is
like
illegal.
Walmart, Target, and Best Buy got together and said, we want to get rid of Kmart. So we're all going to work together to lower our prices so we have better deals than Kmart. So Kmart
Well, see,
can't
again,
compete,
that's
or
free
something like
market.
that.
Pricing them out is one thing. What this was the equivalent of is if Walmart and Kmart went to Target and burned the fucking store down.
Ah, okay.
So
It was a mostly peaceful burning, though, at
yeah.
the very least.
Yeah.
hey, Bernie.
They took all the electronics though first.
They took all the electronics and left behind a ton of copies of The Last of Us 2.
Pretty much.
Nobody
Yeah,
wants
they
that
did.
game.
Used it as kindling.
Oh, and Saints Row.
Oh, that did not sell. Oh my God. I don't care. Nobody bought that. We had no pre-orders for that game. We actually had a pre-order for the PS5, The Last of Us, 1 pre-order. We had 0 for Saints Row. And I can tell you, The Last of Us Part 2, we ended up sending half our copies back, like to the main district warehouse, because it sold well the first 2 weeks. After that, I'm telling you, we went through the entire holiday season after The Last of Us Part 2 came out. The game was on sale for $20, and nobody was buying it. I think we sold a total of like 5 copies from Black Friday all the way until like January.
Someone breaks into the store at like midnight, and you come back in. Nothing is stolen. Nothing is touched. But you went from having 20 copies of The Last of Us 2 at $20 to 80 copies at 20 cents.
Hey, but you know, Kat, I'm willing to bet. I know what your store, as far as pre-orders, I know what they're gonna have on back order. So you might as well get yourself ready because it's gonna sell quick. Bros.
Oh my God, you're right. I really need to pre-order that. And you know what? I wonder if they have a special steelbook version.
I mean, as far as I know, only Chrissy Meyer and her friend went to see that. But
And it was empty. I saw that video, and it was empty when they went and saw it.
Look, I don't like rom-coms. I hate
Well,
rom-coms.
I'm not a rom-com.
nobody. First of all, this movie was targeted at everybody to a degree, but specifically they wanted straight men to go and watch a bunch of gay dudes have sex. Thing is like if you market something as a romantic comedy, straight dudes will not show up. Straight dudes do not like romantic comedies. Fun fact: gay dudes generally don't like them either.
God, only straight with no taste.
Romantic comedies are made for women, flat out.
Except this woman.
Yes.
True.
Hey,
True.
I
Bad
hate
women in their 40s.
hate
No offense to
romantic
any women who aren't sad or in their 40s who like those movies.
Wait, whoa.
Fuck.
Oh, he's joking, isn't he? It's not in Egypt. Don't be insulting us Egyptians.
No.
We have taste in Egypt.
I kid you. They're going to the movie and then they're booing the movie, and then anyone who cheers the movie they drag out into the street and beat the crap out of.
I heard Saudi Arabia is having rooftop showings. I can't believe. Speaking of which, speaking of horrific Islamic stereotypes. So last night, for those of you who don't know, Kat is part of another panel on Friday nights called Friday Nights Royal Rumble, and I made a comment in there about the guy who runs the show, Ryan, Legion Talk, that I thought was pretty funny, but I don't think he quite got the joke when I said that you should fly a plane into him.
I got it. No, I got it. I got it. I totally got it.
It was doubly funny because she's expressed multiple times that when she was younger she wanted to join the Air Force. So
Yeah.
I read that and I'm like, that's like that was really good.
Yeah. Hey, man, I am not going to there are certain things that I probably won't say online. There are certain things I wouldn't say necessarily in person. But the fact is I have the right to either choose to say something or not say something, as do all of you. As far as that goes, man, I think it's silly. That's part of the problem with what we're talking about today with the platform versus publisher, the Section 230 shit that Trump really should have done something about when he was in office. If they're going to act like a publisher and curate, then they should not get platform protections, period. If they're going to act like a platform, then they should not curate, period.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's not how it works. You know, they get the platform protections, but they act like publishers, which is why you can be thrown off of YouTube at any time for saying anything. You can be thrown off of Instagram at any time for saying anything. Twitter for saying anything. Hell, I got a 24 hours or a 12-hour suspension from Twitter a while back for dead naming a particular actress.
I got a 12-hour saying that nonsense, as they say in England, should be fixed, like they do to dogs and cats.
Get to spay and neuter your children.
That is a lot. That is a lot less visceral than what I would say, Kat. I would have specified with a blunt spoon.
You know, you're right. I should have for a 12-hour suspension. You're right. I should have been more detailed.
You gotta get a good picture of Leonard McCoy there. Then, you know, maybe with some glasses with like the tape in the middle.
No, I'm sorry. This one is by far, I will admit it, my favorite picture of McCoy now. And McCoy has always been one of my favorite characters.
I got, you know, I do have to admit with the little pixelated sunglasses on there, that's it is pretty badass.
Yeah. And like I said, I wanted at one point to be a doctor. So McCoy in the novels is just brilliant. I love McCoy. So,
I agree, Falkzad. I agree.
Love Zod. I love Falkzad. I was very sad to hear about poor Falkzad's suicide, where he was found in the middle of a beach. So many rounds in the back. Just, I did not realize he had those kinds of demons in him.
Or the skills to set that up.
yeah,
Dude, I don't even know where the gun went. It just
disappeared.
he didn't even have it on him. He had like a knife. I've never heard of a knife leaving a 7.62 caliber bullet in the spinal column. Just bravos, Falk. You should have been John Wick.
Yeah, he wanted to suffer first.
I have to watch John Wick though.
You should
The
actually.
movies are
Quite
so good.
the first one is quite good. The others are good too, but I don't think they come to quite to the same level as the first one. Although Maester Chow's the one who turned me on to those movies. He might disagree.
Yes,
I like the third
I
one.
would to a point.
Don't wait.
I'm
Apparently,
super excited for the fourth one to come out.
you can subscribe to your own Rumble channel. So now I'm at 45.
Yeah. By the way, Kat, go subscribe to mine too. I already
Sure.
subscribed to yours.
Yeah, no, sure. Where's the link?
Uh,
Kat,
Send me the link.
Kat,
You
hold
guys
on.
have to.
Wait, Kat, you haven't
It's-
subscribed. You haven't
It's in the
subscribed to my
description.
Kat,
What?
you haven't subscribed to my
I'm gonna
Rumble.
make a Rumble account.
All right, send me the links. I need. I look. I am an absent-minded, crazy-ass gamer who, unless you send me the link specifically and tell me that's too complicated.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
What
be sure
the
to. I'll
freak is
be,
this site?
Hey, Kat, well, I'll be sure to send you my Rumble link as soon as I open up a Rumble.
I will
I'm doing
subscribe
this
to
one.
it.
Yeah. The
Which is
one
why you
for
can subscribe to it, because I don't have
the one
it.
the one for this channel is in the description of this stream.
Guys, just now I have to open another window.
By the way-
Kat, you
by
don't
the-
exist apparently according to Rumble.
Hold up, Shadow. By the way, Kat, how the hell did you score the URL with your name in it? Because I've still got a bunch of like a serialized number.
For my Rumble?
Yeah.
Maybe because I signed up ages ago.
That might have something to do with it. I just signed up last week.
Yeah, no, it might be because let me see. What is the earliest video on my Rumble? 2021.
No, fair enough. I was just curious.
Why-
Yeah,
why
my
not make-
and
why
oh,
not
and
make
by
my
the way,
Rumble?
for everybody who's out there, if you go to mine, it only goes back as far as SITV number 11, which is the second episode that Kat was on with us. Everything before that, for some reason, I'm having a little trouble uploading over there. But everything after that, including the stream that Larry and I did the other night, is up on there, and this one will be shortly after we finish. So it's at least there's an archive. At least there's a record.
And by the way, thank you to everybody who showed up on Thursday. That really was fun.
Yeah, it was. We had a lot of fun. Queen Lala was there. We had Seven Wand,
Kohai.
I think Muggsykins was there. Bernie was there for a minute. We even saw Carrie, I think, briefly, and Boa. So, but yeah, thanks for coming, guys. That was a lot of fun. That was we did for those who weren't there, we did horror movie trivia with a list that was clearly written by someone who had never heard English before.
Yeah,
And,
it was straight up back. Hey, remember the one question where all the answers were blank?
Yeah, I was like, so we just like, I don't know. Let's guess, and we guessed wrong.
And another question had like the same answer twice, and one of them was still wrong.
So sorry, I just noticed that people are celebrating the death of Robbie
Robbie
how do you say-
Coltrane. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that.
What the? No matter how much you hate a
Nice.
person,
Joshua Herpelsheimer for the win, who is now Logical Spock.
What
nice.
Uh,
Oh, and you got the good-looking Spock with the goatee and the mustache.
Yeah, that's the Mirror Universe Spock.
Yeah, but it's also the good-looking Spock. I like facial hair.
I'm not bad for thinking the Terran Empire was just objectively better than the Federation.
I mean, it was less dishonest about what it was doing.
That's true.
They had better uniforms as well.
Are you
That's
talking about the
true.
crop tops?
Well, I've only actually ever seen the Enterprise episode for them, so that might be the reason why my opinion is so skewed.
No. They had crop tops even back in the '60s in the Mirror Universe.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been around for a while.
Yeah. Well, I knew that. I just didn't know if it was the same style of uniform, because I've heard apparently whenever the Mirror Universe shows up, it's drastically different than the time before because of stuff.
Well, a lot of that has to do with the time that it's made in. I mean, each of those series were made in different decades.
Yeah, I know that part, but I mean creative, Starfleet. They've always got the nacelles and stuff. They've always got the blue uniforms with the red, the yellow, and the blue. But I heard from some people that the Mirror Universe, they might have a square and then it's a triangle the next time they show up, for example.
Yeah, well, that has to do with people not looking back and seeing what came before. That's just an incontinuity thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, found it. Here it is. Yeah, you have numbers in yours.
You know what?
Oh, don't you mean Guy Ladriel?
Foxodd, I don't want to talk about that. Like I said last night, Galadriel is the epitome of grace, wisdom, and self-control. I don't know who the hell that usurper cunt is.
You know she's married,
It's
right?
Guy Ladriel.
Oh no, I know what he's talking about. There is an elf in the Rings of Power, and I saw the picture of him. He looks like a Vulcan, because one of the things that I think, I think it was I can't remember who pointed out. He said the problem with the elves having short hair is a lot of them don't look like Vulcans, and this one in particular, the hair was cut in a Spock style with the bangs and everything, so it looked like a Vulcan.
I thought it looked like Frost Kieran.
Wait, aren't Vulcans just Lord of the Rings elves that went to space? You're telling me that bit of canon ain't real?
They bleed red. Vulcans bleed green.
That I've been shooting the wrong Vulcans.
not allowed.
Obviously you have, but then you've been eating corpus, and we have gone over this. They are human.
We have been over this.
This
No, no, no,
again,
The asteroid belt
again,
is
you
not a
guys,
human.
again with this.
Okay, all right, we'll go on.
Wait, Shadow, you've been eating corpses?
Corpus. from
Corpus.
Warp-
I mean, technically, if you eat a dead cow, that's technically a corpse, but semantics.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
nasty.
But
That brings up something else entirely, and I'm going to interrupt this argument because
it's never going to go
you guys
anywhere.
have it every time you're in the same space.
Yes, exactly.
So I saw there's a Twitter feed called Delusional Takes, and they post the wackiest shit that you've ever seen. And this person who goes apparently by Soapy Pop, the link is or the @ is blocked out, probably for good reason. said, I honestly think cannibalism can be ethical under strict regulation, not to mention vegan. We're going to have
What
to
the
look
fuck?
at it.
What?
It's not
What?
done. It's not done. We're going to have to look into alternative solutions if we want to combat the upcoming climate crisis. Now, I had 3 major problems with this. Two of which I addressed in my retweet was there's nothing ethical about eating your own fucking species. And secondly, I'm not even going to address how retarded the vegan thing is.
No, but
But,
then there's the fact that there's medical problems that result from that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Human meat is not very good. It's like very high in fat. It's got like a very high caloric intake. Along with eating human will turn
Almost
you crazy.
like we're designed not to eat our own kind.
Yes.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I just think humans are a viral infection.
Well,
No, but-
Oh, we are, but yeah, that's neither here nor there.
So, but yeah, the part aside from the idiotic take on climate change, like what the fuck does that have to do with climate change? Unless you're just talking about killing people and getting rid of contributors to climate change, which is
attack nuke would
bullshit
solve that
anyway.
problem.
But so that has nothing to do with anything. And then the vegan thing, like that's just. I'm going to say it again, retarded.
Yes, that.
It doesn't matter if you're eating people; you're still eating meat. There's nothing vegan about eating meat of any kind. But yeah, we're not made to eat our own kind. We've never been made to eat our own kind. We'd be fine for something else to eat us, as we've seen in nature. But generally, anytime a group of people makes a practice of doing that sort of thing, they have problems.
Yes.
You know, I feel like eating the animals that eat humans probably get diarrhea from us. Just saying. Big old plop of Hershey squirts,
Well, I mean, sharks will eat a license plate, so
right? This is true.
yeah. So will goats.
No, but there are health problems associated with it. You don't want to do that. There's a reason.
Wait,
No.
Boa, what?
Well,
Sorry, no. Boa just says something in the chat. Like someone ate a person on CNN.
And
Oh.
he went insane. Well, he's like really crazy.
Yes.
This.
was that Reza Aslan?
Yep,
Right,
that's
yeah.
Osman.
Yeah, he that fucking guy. And there are rumors about certain people in Hollywood, like Armie Hammer, for example. That I think he's actually said some things that indicate that he probably has dipped a toe in the French dip or whatnot. But yeah, the major thing is that like we're not particularly nutritious for our for our digestive systems. But the other thing is the prion diseases. Like you guys all know, I know Chow and I have talked about this extensively. You guys all know what mad cow is,
Yes.
right?
Vaguely.
That's prion disease for cows. That's what happens when you feed cows beef.
Yep.
Same thing happens to humans. They just don't call it mad cow disease.
We just call it being a fucking psychopath.
Pretty much.
No, but I mean, my issue also with the whole climate change thing is and this is something that they did with the COOF, it's that they tend to come up with
A71.
a easy blanket solution when the truth is it's far more complicated than just, all right, stop using gas cars, everyone use electric. Just putting aside the whole battery issue, there are so many small little things that if you did build up. For example, we're replacing all of our gift cards for the holiday season. We have hundreds of them from last year that have no dates on them that would have worked perfectly fine this year, but we're throwing them all out and getting new ones. Now, put that over a whole bunch of stores. It's like, wait a minute. That's not good for the environment. Why do you go into a store and you go into an appliance store, all of the refrigerators are turned on and plugged in? Why is it Times Square has so many electric signs? There are so many like small things that you can do if you are really intent on climate change. That's why they did it with the COOF, where it's like everyone has to wear a mask and no one question it, no one deal with the nuance behind it. Like one of my ideas, which I don't know if it would have worked, but back in 2 years ago, in March of last year, one of my ideas was, all right, fine, the hotels are going to be closing because no one is traveling, right? How about if the government were to subsidize the hotel, like pay for the people who are most vulnerable to stay in hotels? Another idea I had were people who work in elderly homes to work in 2-week shifts. So someone will work for 2 weeks while another person gets tested. Then they rotate out. So if people are willing to stay there, they probably have empty rooms. They would then have like self-contained. No, I mean, these are just crazy. What I'm just saying is, instead of coming up with blanket solutions that won't work because not every circumstance is the same, deal with it. Look at the nuance. And it's the same thing with climate control, climate change, or whatever the hell it is they're going on about now and then. Global warming, which wasn't it global warming at one point?
It was global cooling 30 years ago.
No, and the funny thing is, what's the funny thing? The most funny thing of all? So all of the stores in my area have either gotten rid of bags completely. Like I go to the supermarket now, there's no bags. Or they've replaced them with paper bags. The funny thing is, they originally used plastic bags because the paper bags were tearing down the rainforest.
Yeah, and now they want you to use paper bags because the plastic bags don't biodegrade and are clogging up the environment and choking the sea turtles.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you can't win for losing with this shit. That's why. Look, here's the thing, guys, and some of you have already heard me say this shit. Climates change. It's what they do. A static climate is a dead climate. Look at Mars. We don't want that. We want climates to change. It's a living, breathing environment. We have about as much effect on that as a speck of dust has on the surface of the fucking sun. Sure, there's an impact, but it's nothing to worry about or even notice.
Right.
Also, personally, this is like a very nitpick on when they're like, the world's going to end if we don't do something. No, the world's going to live on.
Well, even if
the
it doesn't,
biosphere
there
is going
ain't
to be
shit we can do
irreversibly
about it.
fucked even if it's as bad as they say. Life will continue. Life will adapt. Humanity won't die. We'll survive. We'll evolve. We'll have a mass die off, but we'll continue.
Life finds a way.
It'll just be a lot of us die.
Yeah, like that line from Jurassic Park, Jeff Goldblum used to say, life will find a way. It may not be our life, but life will go on.
Yeah.
Well, no, as Boa put it, now they sell reusable bags. You know what they had at our Amazon Fresh? That was hilarious. They were giving out Rings of Power bags. I did not take one. I refused. The person offered me one. I'm like, no. I'm like, I like the Lord of the Rings. And they offered it to me. But yeah, I like the Lord of the Rings. Not going to do that.
Yeah, that's true, Bowen. And as far as that goes, like the temperature fluctuates every so often by a half a degree anyway. It does that on its own. It's been doing that for thousands of years. I heard after this last hurricane hit Florida, right? And we've got some friends down there in Florida. The Jamericans are friends of this channel, and they were down there. They're okay. They got their neighbors, I think, got hit worse than they did. But people were blaming Ron DeSantis's immigration policies for affecting the climate and causing the hurricane. I am not shitting you.
That
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
They did.
Either political grandstanding to
Well, that's
play
what
on
it was.
fucking mentally
That's
defective
but
people,
that's
or
what
a
it was,
mentally
though.
defective
It
statement
was
from a mentally
political.
defective person.
One at a time, guys.
Well, it was political because they have nothing else on him, so they were trying to invent something to blame him for, and it didn't work.
But who's that stupid to believe it?
Well, the same thing
I know
happened
some people.
a couple years ago when Texas had that hard freeze and some people died. There were people who were saying it was because they voted for Trump.
No, it was because our infrastructure wasn't designed to handle that kind of storm. Because why the
It's
fuck
because
would we?
Texas gets that kind of storm once every 60 years.
Exactly. Like some people, I know, up here at college, I'll talk with people about this, and they'll be like, "Well, Canadians have solar and wind farms that can handle those temperatures." Yes, because that is something they deal with on an annual basis. That is like going, Kansas should have been prepared for a fucking hurricane. No, they shouldn't, because if a hurricane's never going to hit Kansas.
In theory, a storm could be large enough to reach Kansas, but if that happens, it will be pretty close to an extinction level event anyway.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. At that
And
point,
it
it's
won't
less about
matter.
Kansas being fucked, and it's more about the eastern seaboard being fucked.
So it's like if the Yellowstone supervolcano erupts, which it could at any moment. It probably won't, but it's possible.
Yeah.
If it does, it will probably do so with enough force to knock us off of our axis and possibly out of our orbit, causing whole other problems, not to mention the nuclear winter from the sheer amount of ash that will be spilled into the air. And
We'll
we're
be
not. We're
fine.
talking worldwide nuclear winter.
Humanity will find a way. We're a viral infection.
Oh,
We'll be
sure,
fine.
sure. But I'm saying, like, something like that happens. There isn't fuck all we can do about it one way or the other anyway. So why worry?
Yeah, that's why I want to go to Mars.
Me
But
too.
you can't blame a politician because you disagree with him
No, you
for a
can't.
hurricane.
No, you totally can. It just shows that you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Look,
People
look.
who vote dick. That's what I'm gonna. I see D. I think dick.
No,
Excuse
but
me.
I said this once on Twitter. I said that yeah, all lives matter, but that doesn't mean I don't have to think you aren't batshit crazy.
Yeah. It's speaking of all lives matter.
Oh God.
Do they really? I mean,
Nope.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
This goes back again to our initial topic of the whole corporatism and the merging of the corporate with the government. That all stems from the idea of collectivism, and under collectivism, the individual actually does not matter. Now, the collective is what matters. So individual lives do not matter. It doesn't matter what color they are, what creed they are, what religion they are. None of that matters. That only matters under individualism, where every person matters, where the basically the difference being that under collectivism, the individual exists to justify the existence of the state. Whereas under individualism, the state exists to service the existence of the individual. One of them involves human beings having inalienable rights, and the other one involves the state doing whatever the fuck it wants, which usually ends up in breadlines and mass starvation.
Yeah. I just don't understand how people, after everything, can still believe the government. I do not trust the government. I remember when I was collecting unemployment, every single time I was sure I was not going to get the unemployment check. I did not trust it. I don't trust the government to make decisions for me.
They can't make
personally, it's not
decisions
that I
for
don't trust-
themselves.
Yeah, no, they can't.
Yeah, personally, it's not that I don't trust the government. It's the fact that I don't trust the people running the government or the people they select to do stuff. And I'm not talking conspiracies and votings. I'm talking about the bureaucracies. Just a bunch of incompetent
Newsflash,
people.
Shadow. The people that you're talking about that you don't trust are the government.
Yeah, exactly. I hate the people. Like, the system would work if the people behind the system were competent or gave a shit, or both,
Incorrupted.
or incorrupted.
But that's never going to happen. That's not how
it's not
how
gonna
that shit works. That's why you need smaller government anyway, just because the larger it is, the more of a machine that it becomes. And
exactly.
Eventually machines break down, but not soon enough, because they'll end up running over all the rest of us in the meantime.
Look, as I said, this all started with freedom of speech. I believe you have the right to say whatever. The one that always got to me were the people who were on Twitter going about how freedom of speech does not protect minorities. On the contrary, freedom of speech is what protects minorities, because it allows you to say your minority opinion. It allows you to say the unpopular thing that nobody else wants to hear.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you were
Without
telling me about your dad not wanting to live in a country where being a Nazi was illegal.
Yeah.
And I agree. I don't think it should be illegal to be a Nazi. I don't think it's a good choice, but it is a choice that you should have the right to make.
As long as you don't break the law, as long as you're not killing people in your basement, you have the right to believe whatever you want.
Or killing people
What
in
about
general.
that goat
Not just
sacrifice?
geography shouldn't
Hold up,
be a
hold up.
factor here, Kat.
Yeah.
True.
Ciao. Go ahead.
So what about that goat I sacrificed? Oh wait, sorry, I was supposed to talk about that.
Well, it depends on who you're sacrificing it to.
No comment.
I swear if you say Baphomet, I'm going to hurt you.
Well, he's a Mormon, so probably not.
Okay, good. Well, you're a Mormon and sacrificing goat. What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Thing.
Nothing's wrong with them. That's actually it. All that shit's in the Bible, man. Read your shit. They sacrifice
I know.
goats and sheep and all
I'm
kinds
aware.
of things to God. If he were actually sacrificing goats to God, he'd be actually observing his religion correctly.
Well, we sacrifice lamb. I mean, I know some people do the goat thing, but here in America, we've done the lamb thing. Oh, you don't want to know the insanity you missed would frighten you.
It's pretty expensive nowadays, though. Like killing a freaking piece of livestock, just give the church like the $60.
Yes. Well, you know, I think that Darth Soros is a pain and is a bad thing, sure, but I think that he's really just the money guy at this point. Darth Schwab is the one we need to be concerned about.
Schwab.
Darth Schwab, my fucking dick.
Bad.
That's right. I turned one of the most evil men on the planet's name into a pun. It was nice knowing you guys. I'm probably going to turn up in a field somewhere next week.
With bullets in the back
Actually,
and no gun.
But it'll be
funny
fine.
story. A buddy of mine woke up in a cornfield. He didn't know how he got there. He just woke up in a fucking cornfield a couple of weeks back. Kat knows the guy I'm talking about.
Oh shit,
And I'm
man!
just like, what the fuck did you do? And apparently he got into a bar fight with some guys that jumped him and threw him in a cornfield. But like, just yeah. You bring it up like it being in a cornfield. I don't know why I felt like sharing that. It's just it felt funny to share. Sorry.
I think. Did you mean Khomeini? Unless
Well, maybe, what
they
is he
change.
doing?
What
Do
is
I
it?
even want to know?
Like periodically, like they change the spellings or the pronunciation of foreign names like every so often.
Well, the Arabic, I can tell you this much, is very hard to find a way to spell Arabic in English.
Sure, but like Beijing, for example, used to be Peking.
Beijing.
You know, and I don't know if that was just like a weird spelling error, but like, why would the pronunciation change? Is what I'm saying.
That I don't know.
You know, or what was that?
Wait, what is going on in Egypt?
Bombay. It used to be Bombay. Now it's
Whoa, what's going on in Egypt?
what? Something's
He's saying
going
the
on in Egypt?
situation in Egypt is horrible.
Does he mean Iran?
No, Thug McCoy was talking about the Khomeini in Iran, but Bo just said something about the situation in Egypt is horrible.
Yeah, I
What
see
is-
that. Like, is he possibly meaning Iran and just mixing those like because
No, Bo's
far as I
usually
know,
on
that's
top
going
of
on
his
in
stuff.
Egypt.
So if there's something going on, he might know about it. But
okay, I don't know. I just
he's
I
pretty
remember-
well informed.
I just remember talking with someone and they made a very similar mistake where they meant Iran, but they said it was either Egypt or they said Saudi Arabia, one of those two, but like they got mixed up. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, no. Remember, Saudi Arabia is doing just fine. They're having rainbow rooftop parties. Yeah, I probably could just Google it. Here, give me a second, and I'll see. about
Only
that.
thing I'm seeing is something about a weightlifting competition.
I'm seeing something about IMF chief gives Egypt silenced climate experts voices before hosting.
Oh, imprisoning dissident journalists. Okay, I thought you meant something like recent.
Oh, well, I mean,
They
yeah,
demanded the return of the Rosetta Stone from the British Museum.
Now, why would the
seeing
British
something
have to
here
return
about-
anything from there? Oh,
rapid
yeah,
population growth, deep and increasing poverty, widespread youth unemployment, water shortage, and okay, they're saying threats to food security due to climate change. It's not due to climate change,
No.
fuckers.
It's
You
due
know.
to the fact that Egypt gets a lot of their food from Ukraine and Russia. Something like 80% of the food that goes to Egypt is from Ukraine and Russia. I was
Mhm.
talking with someone I know. Yeah, and they're like they're like it's very serious in
Egypt was the breadbasket.
Doesn't
of the
it
world.
wasn't Ukraine
Which is-
provides like a ridiculous percentage of grain, I think, doesn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
and Egyptians eat a lot of bread.
yeah, that's true.
Wait.
How come
Oh,
there
no,
aren't more
they
fat
don't-
Egyptians?
Huh?
How come there aren't more fat Egyptians?
Because they all moved to Saudi Arabia.
Wait, what are you talking about? There are a lot of fat Egyptians.
Are there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Okay,
I just like you think Egyptians, you don't necessarily think like huge rotund people who are just stuffing carbs in their face all day.
Well, there's
mean-
this thing called semna, which is like this fatty butter that they use that I hate. But you know how everyone says you don't see a fat 90-year-old? I love my grandmother, but she lived into her 90s, and well, she wasn't small.
Well, also, Samuel, it might also be like the perception. Like you only see a specific part of the region. Like most people, when they think the United States, until like the whole fat American stereotype hit, you would really only think like Calvin Klein models and shit. But then you get to the United States, and it's like a bunch of fat bastards, or either you'll hear the United States is a horrific place full of violent people, and it's a very chill place, or you'll hear America's a chill place.
You
and you wake up in a hotel
get
room.
in my belly.
I'm not
No,
fat.
no, no.
I'm thick skinned and big bone. Bullshit.
Did-
Godzilla's thick skinned and big bone. You're fat.
Imprisoning dissidents is not new. No, they don't imprison them in America. What they do is they find them out of existence.
Yeah, I think he's talking about outside of the world,
Or they Epstein them.
That what they're doing to Alex Jones
They
is obscene.
suicide themselves.
I mean, that's sure. I can't recall the last time I saw a pregnant Asian. Actually, now that I think about it, I mean, Lauren Chen was pregnant, but you never saw any of the camera never went below like her clavicle, so you couldn't tell, you know. And then she had the kid, and then she's been exercising and shit since then, and she's back to her shape that I suspect she possibly never left. Because, you know, like I said, I've never actually seen a pregnant Asian. Weird.
And yet there's a billion of them.
Carrie,
that was a fucked statement. That was a very fucked statement. I'm sorry.
2 billion, possibly 3. There are more. I think people from on the Asian continent and subcontinent than there are. They account for a hefty chunk of the population of the planet Earth. You know, I think there's 1 billion people in India. There's 2 billion, 2.1 or 2 billion in China alone. That's just 2 countries. You know, not to mention the entire population of Russia, the Southeast Asia, the Asia. You know, all the Indonesian states.
It's crazy. That's why we need to go to Mars. Offload some of the excess population on a different planet.
Yeah, shit. I think there's 1 million people in Bangladesh, and that country's only like 5 miles wide. You know, so
They just like getting cozy with each other.
yeah.
It's a snuggle party.
Yeah, Carrie, I did get your email about that.
Yeah, I just the thing with Alex Jones, because everyone was pointing out the hypocrisy behind it. It's like, oh, that's insane, because it's again about freedom of speech. It's like he didn't even get a trial.
Yeah. We were talking about Razor Fist did an excellent video about that. I watched that this morning too. And he's not wrong. That all of that was one of the things he said in his video, and I think he's absolutely correct about this, is that all this trial was to determine how much they were going to fine him. He was guilty before he went in, according to, you know, the prosecutors, according to the judge, who was clearly biased and vocally biased. By the way, I'm not, you know, she's on record being biased, which should have recused her from the fucking case. But
we have no impartial justice system anymore.
Yeah.
It's either it's justice because it's just us.
Yeah.
One thing though, I recently he was doing a interview with Steven Crowder, and one thing he brought up was they think finding me. I don't have $1 billion. I go into bankruptcy court. My company becomes a zombie, and I'm on the air. They're just going to keep me on the air by doing this, which I thought was really, really interesting.
Well, it is interesting considering he was talking about retiring 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and then all of this crap like kind of forces him to keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole point of finding him into non-existence is to shut him up, and not just him. They don't actually care about Alex Jones.
Yeah.
They don't care about Alex Jones. They are using him because everyone knows who the fuck he is. And they are using him to show us, you and I, that if they want to shut us down, they can and they will. And there's nothing we can do about it. Alex Jones is a fucking example.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't agree with everything the guy says. I could give a fuck less about the Blue Machine Elves, but You know,
Hey, those blue McSheen-Elves are pretty cool cats, man.
yeah, if you say so.
I do.
Look, he was
say
right
so,
about the
man.
frogs, so I believe
Yeah.
everything he says completely unconditionally. The guy
Right.
is clearly a genius who knows everything.
No, and see, that's the thing. He's just a guy, just
Yeah.
like you and I.
He's
He
a guy
happens-
who reads the news.
He does. He reads the news, and he's real good at putting patterns together, and seeing where things are going. And that he does have
Yeah.
that talent. I will give him that. I don't agree with everything he says, and you shouldn't agree with everything that one person says. You know, but this goes back to that free speech thing. They are using him as an example to show the rest of us that we can't just say what we fucking want. That free speech doesn't actually exist. That there are punitive measures that will be taken against us.
Or like what they did also with Kanye West. It's another one. It's 2 in a row, one
Yep.
after another. If you're going to lose the ability to have a livelihood,
Isn't it ye now?
Easy
I have no
breezy,
idea what it
beautiful
is. I
Kanye
just know.
West.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe he's
It's Yee. He changed his name, but did you see what happened? I don't know all the details, but I know after he wore that White Lives Matter shirt, Chase kicked him out of their bank.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he bombed his social credit score.
I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna try and find that. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a guy who put up a bunch of Alex Jones rants and did it up like it was a folk song. Yellow
Oh my
Flash
God.
uses it at the beginning of every one of his live streams on
Yes.
Saturdays.
I didn't know that. I
It's
did know
amazing.
one of my favorite things that I've ever seen on the internet is like someone took like the gay frogs rant and turned it into like some like techno music.
Oh my
Just-
God.
Just using his voice but auto-tuned. It was amazing.
Yeah.
No, but I mean that's terrifying because I have Chase Bank, so it's basically saying if you again freedom of speech, you don't have it. You say something we don't like, we're gonna remove. And the thing is, when you think about how do you get how you can't even how do you even get paid? Because I mean, who gets checks anymore in their when they get paid? I don't think a single person I work with is paid by everyone is direct deposit.
They're trying to phase out cash. They're phasing out checks. It's all going to be digital. And if you ever speak out, oh, there goes your money. Like what they did to, like what they did to the truckers.
Yep.
It's all fucked.
Alright,
Oh,
there,
this is going to be good.
there it be. We're gonna try and avoid getting copyright struck, and I will provide the link to this video in the description after the show. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen this shit, it's pretty fucking good.
Paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. That's why they want to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. Little folks, Christian murder, scum, and John. Selling that body part. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin. And they're running around screaming in Satan. We want it to fade.
You want to eat me?
This is like the guy who put this shit together is a genius.
This is glorious.
I just love it. The way they sing it, they're like happy, like they love Satan, and the way they said it.
Jones Trump 2024. Let's do it. It's going to be amazing.
You know,
Oh my
it's awesome.
I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man.
That's factual. That is
Wait.
factual. I imagine she smells like a corpse that had been basting in, I don't know, blue
Another
cheese
corpse?
or something. Yeah, and cheese of some kind, French cheese.
Yeah,
French.
like Rochefort.
Oh, French. Ugh. French.
Yeah, and it's Falksad,
Oui, oui.
that's absolutely true. He did actually say every one of these words. This is all taken straight from his mouth.
And that's what makes it so funny.
Love Alex Jones.
What's that?
I said I love Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, even if you don't agree with his politics, he's an amazing source of meme content.
Mm.
Like,
Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
Like a feather.
Literal vampire pot and the goblins hobbling round, coming after us. The spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. Real such self-centered and it's rising up against us.
It's just, here's the thing. I don't think he's wrong about any of this. I mean, except maybe the literal potbelly goblin thing.
no, that's real. That's real. That out of everything he has ever said, vampire pot-bellied goblins, those are a thing. They've got to be a thing. That was so specific.
Yeah, so are the blue machine elves, but unless you take DMT, you're never gonna see them.
No, but
Well,
the thing is,
get
no,
on
but
it
the,
then.
no, but the thing is also there are two ways I would say that they're actually literal pot-bellied goblins. First off, you have undoubtedly, you know it, when you have people identifying as cats and demanding litter boxes, then you know that there are people out there who are fat ass pot-bellied vampire goblins normal people who probably find ways to get their hands on blood, probably a couple who suck each other's blood and they're like, yeah, and they're pot-bellied.
Oh, fucking Megan Fox.
On top of that, even the blue elves, like I said, we've reached the point where there are children who use the litter box. Do you have any idea? I have a litter box. That is disgusting.
What do you think
first
of
of all,
sandbox?
we don't need
Wait a
to
minute,
figure
Cat,
out-
you have you don't have a bathroom? You have a litter box?
No, I have a litter box for the cat.
Second,
I have
Cat,
a-
Cat,
Yeah, for
having
you.
such baseless accusations about the American education system. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the public education system. Ignore the fact that Catholic priests get shit, but public school teachers are more likely to molest children than them. Ignore all of that shit. Nothing is wrong with the public education system. And if you
No.
anything bad about it, you are a
Shadow,
bigot.
that's because these days it's mostly women getting caught doing that stuff. So I guess, they're letting it slide.
No. All right. You know what? I spent for a while. So every now and then, how the quartering or people would share TikToks, right? And they would and I would try to find them on TikTok so I can insult the person because I hate the fact that
Why do you spend any time on that fucking platform?
So I'm not spending any more time. So anyway, out of curiosity, I spent about an hour, maybe an hour and a half on TikTok. All right. And that is the most, if there's anything that I would say should be censored and banned, it is TikTok. It is abhorrent. What it does, it should at least then have an age restriction of 18 and above because it glorifies horrific things. There are people who go on about how they're switching personalities. Honey, I hate to break it to you, but multiple personalities is very, very rare. You don't have it. You don't exhibit the systems of DID. You don't have it. GID used to be ridiculously rare. Now you have, I don't know how to say this properly without getting in trouble on YouTube. You have teenage girls bouncing around on TikTok, showing off their medicated, what they did to their chest. All right. And they act like it is like a commercial where it's like, hey, are you miserable? Then have this ridiculously complicated medical procedure done on you that is permanent and cannot be reversed. And they're dancing around like it's the happiest thing that's ever been done to them. It is literally an advertisement site for mental disorders and how wonderful it is for you to have some crazy ass mental disorder. I have multiple personality. This is Susan of the system. This is Joe of the system.
Here's
No,
the thing.
it's not.
Yeah, Kat, you're right. And here's the thing about these kids is they're acting out what they've heard. They're like, this is what people think it's like. So this is how I'm going to behave, and I'm going to get that accolade, because oh my gosh, this poor kid has got this ultra rare thing. Thing is I know somebody who's got it, and it is nothing like in the movies. It is nothing like these kids are talking about, and the person I'm talking about is sure as fuck not proud of it.
No, but they want attention, and they think the way they present it, the thing what's even more frightening is the way they present it on TikTok is like it's an advertisement for, oh, you're a teenager who's 15, 16 years old, your body is changing, you go to school and everything that happens in school is the biggest catastrophe ever. You're depressed, you don't know what's going on, everything is changing, everything is a massive big deal. Oh, you want to be happy? Have this medical procedure where they cut off a part of your body that cannot grow back, because some of them actually later on are horrified to find out, no, they're not coming back, honey. So and it's the same with the mental disorders. I want to be special, and the way to be happy is look at these people with multiple personalities. It's nothing like that. And how happy they are on TikTok and how balanced they are on TikTok. No, and that's what is worse about TikTok. It's advertising horrible things like they are great things. Hey, everybody, here's cat shit from my litter box. I'm going to eat it, and it's going to make me perfectly happy. Everyone should eat cat shit. It's delicious and yummy. Watch me eat cat shit. And you dance around celebrating eating cat shit. Only it's far, far worse because these kids, like I said, I spent an hour and a half on TikTok, and it was like advertisement after advertisement for mental disorders and irreversible surgical procedures that they don't understand. That's not how it ends. You think
how it ends is China has weakened America to the point that we won't be able to fight back or have the will to do so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, TikTok is ran by the Chinese Liberation Army. I forgot. I totally forgot that very important detail about the thing that is shifting the mental state of modern youth.
On top of that, TikTok in China has a different algorithm. So here in America, you see teachers talking about pronouns. And I mean, I got into arguments with several teachers where I posted comments. I'm like, how about teaching these kids math and English? But no, it's, hi, everybody. These are neo pronouns. I'm going to use meow and meow in sentences. Meow went to the mall. Meow bought a new computer. I like Meow's new computer because Meow is this. It's like, are you insane?
What is so damn funny, Meow?
But cat, like English, math, history, science, it's all European bullshit that's just racist, and it forces everyone else to be pushed. I don't even know. I don't even remember.
It's all rooted in white nationalism.
I just know they hate it because it's good.
Well, it all stems from a lack of culture, because as you know, white Europeans they have culture like they have melanin.
Work as a lifeguard, you'll get plenty of melanin that way, and possibly skin cancer.
If your skin, dude, if you're out there doing your lifeguard thing, man, and your skin turns from what you are now to black, go see an oncologist.
Just take Prozac.
It's only ever gotten bad as like I get to Trump levels. Look, okay, I'd be lucky to die of skin cancer with some of the shit I've said.
Shadow, just get a prescription for Prozac.
Melanoma never hurt anybody.
That'll darken you out.
Melanoma never hurt anybody. And again, like some of the shit I've said, I'm gonna die before skin cancer, and even if that doesn't get me killed, some of the shit that our leaders have said is gonna get me killed. World War III, it's gonna be fun, boys and girls. Great War, Electric Boogaloo.
No, well, my favorite was somebody pointed out on a YouTube channel where they said, okay, they were talking about the movie What is a Woman? And they're like, you know what we need? Because they were talking about how, I think they were talking about the Muslims in Dearborn and how they were trying to, I think it was actually podcasts of the Lotus Eaters. And they're like, now Arabs are being called white supremacists. It's like, well, wait a minute. So they're like, we need another movie called What is Black? What is a black person? I mean, I've been called person of color by people, and yet look at me.
Mediterranean.
Well, technically, Luke Rudkowski is a person of color, so...
Yes!
Isn't he Russian?
No, he's Polish.
Polish. All right. Well, I mean,
I've heard people argue the Sami, which were like the people who lived in Finland. I've heard people argue that they're black and that the Irish were black.
Well, the
Irish were
they're
just
like
it.
You know what's funny is that what they did is they took that whole, because there used to be a thing called Black Irish. Now, Black Irish didn't mean black person. It meant an Irish person who had Italian ancestry. Goes back to when the Romans conquered the British Isles.
Yeah.
That's what Black Irish
Oh.
is. It's just because they had some Mediterranean DNA.
Yeah.
You know, but it wasn't necessarily because they were, you know, black. I mean, it's
This is
possible that they had some
sub-Saharan.
because when the Moors conquered like Sicily, for example, they introduced that into the DNA in the local populations. But yeah, that's you know, when people say Black Irish, that's not what's meant. I mean, I know that there are certain groups who are taking that seriously now.
Because they're fucking idiots.
Well, yeah, and talking about the Sami people aren't black either.
Yeah, they're not.
They're
They're
still
like-
there, and you can find this out because they still exist in the northernmost parts of Finland. They're not extinct.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I didn't know that part. I thought they got like straight, like
No, there are a few left. It's I think it's less than like probably less than 10,000 of them left, but they do still exist. And
Okay, I thought they
exist
got like clean wiped out.
no, they exist apart from Finland though, and they exist as like fourth class citizens.
Oh, that's fucked.
Look,
Yeah.
let me this. I make my life easier. I don't care what you are. I care who you are. All right. That's all I care. I don't care what you look like. I have dealt with so many people whose faces I have never seen. A lot of people I have never seen their faces. I don't care. What I care about is who you are, not what you are. So yeah. A lot of
Good.
the people I live stream with, I've never seen. When I live stream in the audience, I've never seen what they look like. I don't care.
Yeah, she's never seen my face.
No, I've seen my brother's face.
I was not. That was a perfect comeback.
Is this like a Buffalo Bill skin mask kind of situation?
I began to think that it's creepy. Well, he looks like my brother when he was a lot younger. He looks like my brother Ibrahim.
Goodbye, horses.
Yeah. So let's finish this video real quick.
Yeah.
Yes,
Before we get
sorry.
too far off track.
Yes.
Millions born in people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and every police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
I fucking love that video. It's
There, that
great.
one at the bottom left corner, the bottom right corner. That is the best bit of content. Second best bit of content. The I don't know if anyone's ever seen this, but someone took General Tullius from Skyrim and then put Alex Jones's face over him and just had him do his Western culture rant. It's Alex Jones is just art, no matter what you do.
And I'm not sweet. I'm scary.
Yeah,
you're not.
we're all terrified.
Good.
I'm not.
I'm shaking in my
You
boots.
should be.
She won't 1v1 me in Destiny 2. That's how I know she's not a threat.
Where have you been in Destiny 2? I played Destiny 2 last week
Okay.
waiting for you.
Over the summer, I asked, and you said no because I'm bad at PvP. I told you I'm back in college. I don't have my Xbox with me
We need
because
to.
my brother's using it back at my parents' place.
All right, we need to somehow go fund for an Xbox for Shadow of Hawk.
Do not listen to her. Do not listen to her. Bad. I can get it on my computer if I have the space on my computer for it. I just won't have the DLCs.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff I want to play with you on Destiny, and not just Destiny on Xbox.
Yeah.
Let's
Since
put a
we're
pin
on
in this.
the
Anyway,
put
we're
a
on
pin
the
in this.
topic
Let's get
of-
back on track.
well, since
Sorry,
we're on the
Samuel.
topic of gaming, real quick, I did want to mention to Maester Chow that Shadow of Hawk here is not only a 40K aficionado, but he is also a D&D gamer.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited
DM?
for the new Dragonlance setting to come out.
What was that?
The new Dragonlance setting that they're putting out for 5th edition. I cannot wait.
I am very, very, very interested, but I also heard Spelljammer came out shitty, so I haven't pre-ordered it. Dude, no! Bad fault! Bad!
do it! Oh
I mean,
man!
I'll throw
I
some
am
money at
not
that.
doing a fucking hot tub stream. No.
I gotta figure out how to use my green screen to make it look like a hot tub and be like, this is a hot tub stream to earn money to get Shadow of Hawk and Xbox.
Tell you
We'll,
what, Falk,
we'll,
tell you what. If I ever get a 6-pack, maybe.
Hey man, you wanna do that on like Chatterbait? I'll throw it on 69 for 69.
Falk, if you really want to see me in a hot tub, let me get in a 6-pack first.
Okay, but it's got to be anything but Keystone Light. Oh wait, sorry, wrong kind of 6-pack.
I got it. When you said light, it was like,
Like I'm an old Black Flag song.
That got started because Kat said I need an Xbox.
you need an Xbox
I have one, I just don't have it with me.
because your brother keeps taking it.
Look, for Christmas, he's probably going to get one of the newer ones, and I'll be able to bring that
I mean,
one up
Kohai's
with me,
not
all right?
wrong.
He's not. No, she's not wrong.
I'm not doing that either, Kohai. I have a low sense of self-esteem. I still have all the self-respect I need.
Well, you see, here's how you get around that, right? You take Kohai with you, and you pay her like, I don't know, 10%, right? And that way you can tell people that you were forced into the sex slave trade because she's your pimp.
People will feel bad for you.
Unless Kohai's like a 6'2" chick with a 6-pack, I don't think anyone's gonna buy it.
You never know if you Hey, in this day and age, with the way they show women and feminism, yay, and girl power and Galadriel, just have her dress up as Galadriel. They'd be like, yeah, wow.
This isn't fiction. I don't even need this to do some damage to someone who's like a head smaller than me. And I'm not even like a tough guy either. I'm just, yeah.
No, but that's the
I think
thing.
you're taking this way too seriously.
You need
Yes,
to
I
look
very
sad
much
and
am because
maybe
I'm
cry a
that
couple
fucked in
tears.
the head.
Hey, here we go. There
There we
go.
go.
Now
That's
we've got
something
some
I
muscle.
believe. There we go. That is something I believe.
Hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to say I am I'm tired of the whole feminism thing. So I'm just tired of it.
Well, this
Which
is how we contribute to it, though. We put Shadow of Hawk in a nice sundress and we put him out on the corner.
No. Absolutely not.
Get him all dolled up like
Too late,
what was
done
that?
deal.
Hey, we'll put a sunflower in his hair.
You guys saw Gremlins 2, right?
A very long time ago.
You know the let's see if I can pull it up.
I am not cross-dressing for an Xbox.
Chicken shit.
Hey, in this day and age, you stop cross-dressing.
A Colt 1911 maybe, but not an Xbox.
yeah.
Hey, I respect that. Wearing brass knuckles in your sleep, I totally. Hey, I've shown off to people. my- What, hey, I've shown.
Kohai, I'm paranoid as it is. That's just gonna make me even more paranoid.
Oh yeah. Here we go. This is Shadow of Hawk's future.
I swear to fucking.
Someone needs to put his face
Shake it, Shadow. Shake it.
on that. Someone needs to cut his face and put it right on top.
Yeah, hey, yo, if there is any of the Legion of Memers out there, put Shadow's face on that.
This is good.
Please, for the love of all that is
Second
holy.
stream.
Oh God, please.
Shadow, you look like a streetwalker with that outfit on.
That's the problem, Shadow. is You actually agreed to join this group,
This is
so you
this.
brought this on yourself.
My reputation was non-existent before this stream. My reputation is now going to be this shit.
Oh yeah. Well, Chow brings up a good point though. You did agree to be here.
Yeah, no, I totally did agree.
It's your own
I
fault.
agreed to be here. I didn't agree for this shit to
No,
happen.
see, that's the thing is you agreed to be here, so yes, you agreed for that shit to happen. I hate to break to
Oh,
you.
yeah,
It's in the
that's-
I
fine
didn't
print.
sign a
Read it
waiver.
next time.
Yeah, Kohai, you
No,
could probably
don't worry.
just do
No,
it from
I know.
screenshots.
I know.
Would probably
I'm
be
just
the
getting
best.
the piss taken
best
out of
way.
me this time. Don't worry. Next time it'll be Cat or Samuel or someone else. I'm fully aware.
No, but and the funny thing is, we're doing it to you over an Xbox.
Yes, this happened
Hey,
over an Xbox.
some
because someone
people do
suggested
some really
I whore
shady
myself
shit
out
for
for
an
an
Xbox.
Xbox.
I don't see Lioness toning this insanity.
Let's see. Save image as Shadow's new look.
What is he saying?
Nothing.
Thank you, saving
Your hair
the
looks
image.
nice. Don't worry about it.
Hey, don't steal my line, you asshole.
Yes, Seven Wand. I should have read the fine print.
Always read the fine print.
Yes. always.
Should have read the fine print, my friend. Should have read the fine print.
Here, get a good screenshot of that. Good screenshot of that.
Hey, we have plenty. Don't worry. You have the full live stream. You have the recording. You can find plenty of recordings of
Damn
images
it.
of him.
You've also got my channel as well.
There it is. Yeah, no, it's that's gonna end up somewhere. But
Oh,
it'll,
have you seen the intro to Royal Rumble? They've put my face on a ton of
no,
stuff.
that's what I'm saying, Kat. I'm gonna send you what you need for this. All right, you interact with like half of the legion of memers on Royal Rumble. Get it to one of them. oh.
Uh-oh, what uh-oh.
It looks like Kohai has all the information she needs to make that meme.
We
Well,
will
buddy?
get you an Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Ah,
Look, Kohai, it better at least be some decent damn Photoshop. Like,
the choppier, the better.
the what? The better?
The
Guess I can always
choppier.
ask my wife
Yeah,
to do it. She's
it'll
really good at Photoshop.
Yes, 7-1. I really. No, there wasn't even a chance for me to read the contract. Cat goes, "Oh, hey, by the way, Samuel wants you back on. Come on." And I'm like, "All right, how long? You got 5 minutes." Fuck. And then
Dude, I talked to you about it yesterday. I got her the link to get it to you. Sometime earlier
when I
today.
said that, I was joking and like paying attention to 3 different things. And then today she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Samuel wanted you on." And I'm like, "Okay."
You're not,
I'm
you're
here.
not digging yourself out of this hole. I hate to break
No,
it.
you're not.
You're
Yeah, I'm just digging
more,
myself a hole.
more thoroughly entrenching yourself.
Besides,
LOL, indeed.
This is an absolute fustercluck.
You know,
Fly
what, though?
helicopter over.
It's good though to have some fun though. I mean, because I realized we started off with some pretty dark shit,
Yeah.
and
Oh, definitely.
and we
Yeah.
live in a dark world. And it has been my philosophy, and which, by the way, I stole from Mind of Mencia or Carlos Mencia, and he probably stole from somebody else. I don't know, but
Oh, for sure. If it came from him, he definitely stole it from someone else.
if you ain't laughing, you ain't living.
true. And you know what?
Reminds
we
me of
need to-
Cat's good friend Joker voice. You should always keep a smile on that face.
Yeah, especially when you have evil clowns in the. No, wait, there are no clowns in the next room. He's not threatening me at all.
Can't sleep. Clowns will eat me. Can't sleep. Clowns will eat me.
Speaking of which, we should definitely get Joker voice on here one of these days.
He's awesome.
Oh, if you guys get him on, please invite me. I want to chat with the guy. He seems like he'd be a hell of a person to have a
Yeah.
conversation with.
So
And-
that might be in an upcoming one. We'll see what happens.
So, have you watched House of Dragon? He really likes House of Dragon.
No,
I have not yet because my dad and I are waiting to watch it together. We were gonna watch it over like a 3-day weekend I had, but then like shit happened and we just wouldn't. We would have had to cram it all in like 8 hours.
Yeah.
On the
Like,
last
8 hours
episode
before
of
I
House of
left,
the
so I just
Dragon,
didn't.
so.
But I do want to watch it so badly.
It's really good.
I've actually hold on. Let me
Hard
grab it.
class. Game of Thrones let me down so bad.
I've been hearing
The
though.
book that it's
Chow
based
from-
on. I've been reading the book that it's based on,
Hold
and
up,
it's
hold-
a damn good book.
Oh,
So,
hold up here for a
Can't
second,
wait, to
Shadow.
read, can't wait to see it.
Shadow.
Yeah.
There we go. No, I was just fucking with you. But yeah, Chow, I've been hearing from a lot of people who were really pissed about the end of Game of Thrones that this is better. And I think somebody threw out the term more mature, and I don't mean mature in like all the sex and the graphic violence, but I mean like grown up. You know, it seems to be a more competently written show for adults, as opposed to something that's just like, hey, we're gonna see how bad we could shock you every week. So I don't know. I haven't watched any of it myself. I could. I wasn't interested in Game of Thrones or George R.R. Martin to begin with.
See,
I mean,
was
from the
really
analysis-
enjoying the books, but I've just come to the conclusion that I'm never going to get the Winds of Winter. So
No, you're not.
anything
That's not
George
gonna
R. R.
happen.
Martin does now, I have no support for it. Hey,
Yep.
there's level 75. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he you know what he did instead of writing Winds of Winter? He got a hold of From Software, and he contributed to Elden Ring
Elden Ring.
by saying, "Hey, why don't we make it a ring?"
Right.
And that, I think, was his sole contribution. But they hyped it up like he had a big, thing to do with it.
I was right. So to keep you from playing Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I have to play that game. It's supposed to be really, really good.
Well, I'm on my third playthrough right now. It's getting kind of tedious at this point, actually. I'm just trying to platinum it. I've got one fucking trophy left in order to get the platinum, and that's just I got to get the main ending. I've got the 2 alternate endings. Everything else I've already done, and I have to get all the way through the whole goddamn game for a third time to platinum the thing. Once I'm done with that, I probably will put it away for a while.
Until they make until like you finally get there, and then DLC announced. You got 2 weeks.
Man, I'm at 400 hours.
Yeah. Do you see my Monster Hunter save file? I
I-
don't want to hear nothing from you.
Dude,
I have
my
4,000
Monster Hunter
of-
save file is much, much higher than that too, and you know that. You know.
My Original Destiny across Xbox and PlayStation is over 4,000 hours.
It's
7-1.
over
No,
9,000.
no, he did not contribute the story. He contributed a couple of details like the ring. Let's make it a ring, which I'm pretty sure he stole from Tolkien anyway. And all that, but that and like a handful of other things. Like let's not call them souls. Let's call them or whatever the fuck they're called in that game. I was just playing it last night. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, the things that you collect to level up. He called it whatever that. A couple of little details like that, but I don't think he actually had anything to do with the story. Because if you pay attention to the story, which is difficult to do, because From is notoriously obscure about things, it's like Dark Souls 4. That's basically all it is. Dark Souls 4. Yes, runes. Thank you. So I would say he probably didn't contribute that much to it overall. He probably just sort of like. Do you guys ever see Iron Monkey?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so Iron Monkey is a Hong Kong martial arts movie involving. Basically he's a ninja, but they can't call him that because he's Chinese. Anyway, and they attached Quentin Tarantino's name to that movie as a producer. All he did was say, "Hey, I like this idea." I don't think he even threw that much money at it, if any. And I think that's the same thing that Martin had going with Elden Ring was they used his name to get the word out, but he didn't actually contribute that much to the game.
Bareback.
Yep. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you have to do that with all the FromSoft games.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, like the endings in Bloodborne alone make zero fucking sense unless you know all the lore leading up to it. And even then, it's like you got to piece together all of it's like being an archaeologist a bit. You got to like read all the flavor text on every item you run across.
Yeah, which I think it's an interesting concept, but I mean, personally speaking,
Well, it's not even a new concept, man. Magic the Gathering did it back in the day.
oh no, I'm
With
not
the
saying
flavor
that I'm not saying it's a new concept. I mean, like the general application of it is an interesting concept.
I like it too. It's like you're
Yeah.
living in a world, and it's with all of this information, like on these items and all that. It gives you the sense that you are in a world that has gone on before you and will go on after you. Like you're just in it. It's not about you.
Yeah, but when I play a video game, I just want to kill stuff.
Well, there's plenty of that.
Yeah,
I
There
don't
is
want to read about the people I'm killing. I just want to kill them.
There is
you can do
plenty
that.
of killing stuff, and also in true FromSoft fashion, plenty of being killed.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, I have the game and I even have it installed. I just haven't had a chance yet. And then Alexia comes into my live stream and says, "Alice, Madness Returns is a very good game." And
Yes, it is.
It is.
it
It's
is.
an amazing game.
I've
Yeah.
been playing it. It's and the creativity behind the bad guys. I mean, I'm playing the second world, the Mad Hatter's world, with all the
Oh.
floating islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, the technology is just it's beautiful.
Isn't that the one where the dormouse is like? No, that's the
Yes.
factory part. Is that the one with the dormouse where he's like always talking about like a good worker is a live worker, a bad
Yes.
worker is a dead worker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's Mad Hatter's level.
yeah,
That is what Cat believes.
I fucking love
Of
it.
course, that I was going to say that is a completely wonderful, perfect corpus philosophy.
yeah, yeah. It's that game is crazy and it gets
Super dark.
really dark.
Yeah,
Oh.
I might need to either get it on Steam or watch it on Let's Plays or something. Because like I saw Cat playing it, and I'm like, this is dope. I want to know more.
Play it yourself. Do not watch a Let's Play. It is not the same. I promise you. You
Okay,
need to play
let
it
me see.
yourself.
What's it called? It's called Alice's Madness or something.
Alice
It's-
Madness Returns.
Yeah, it's American McGee is who made it, and it's actually the sequel to
American McGee's Alice.
American McGee's Alice,
Madness
yeah.
Returns.
Didn't it come out years ago?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's on
good.
Xbox 360.
Yeah, that movie's crazy. I mean, that game is crazy.
I made the mistake of playing that while my wife at the time was at work, and I had my my 10-year-old stepdaughter with me who was really into Alice in Wonderland, and I'm of course thinking, okay, this is something we can do together and all that stuff. Bad idea, really bad idea.
Yeah,
It's
Do
giving
not
me
let
the
your kids play this
18 or
game.
older thing.
Yes. There's a good
yeah,
reason.
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, it was so dark.
Huh.
No,
All
but
right,
it's-
I'll put it on my wish list. If it goes on sale, I'll grab it.
It's on Steam.
Yeah, I've got it. I just found it on Steam.
Oh wow, because I
100
have
bucks on
it.
Steam.
I
I've
have
got
it
it
on.
on PlayStation 3.
I have it
Yeah,
on.
why?
Well, I have it on Xbox 360. Well, I have it on Game Pass on Xbox. So it's the Xbox 360 version, but I'm playing it on the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, I'll give it a look. The main thing that drew me in was just like, it was very, like, the level she was on at the very least was very wonky and wild, and I'm like, that's interesting, and it made me want to world build my D&D settings Feywild, and I'm like, here we fucking go again,
No, but
all because she was playing a video game.
well, it's Alexia's fault.
I hate her.
It's not my fault. It's Alexia's fault. Alexia told me to play the game.
I can't blame Alexia. Alexia's chill.
Speaking of which, I haven't seen her in the chat today. I'm sure.
She was tired. She's suffering from insomnia, so she's going to lie down
Oh,
and
yeah,
try to
No, by-
like power down.
Yeah,
But-
by all means, she should definitely be focusing more on her rest than on our ramblings.
But yeah, this is all her fault. No, I just love the. Oh, hey, Amanda, have a good one. No, I just love the detail. Like everything is so creatively designed. Like, I mean, the Hatter's world that I'm playing in right now, and just the floating island world where everything's like mechanical but floating. It's just so creative.
I'm just going to put this out there. The pepper shaker is one of the greatest weapons in all of gaming.
I beg to differ. I think the hobby horse is better.
I haven't gotten the hobby horse. I'm doing the. I have the pepper.
Oh yeah,
sprayer.
the hobby horse is amazing, especially when you get fully upgraded. The hobby horse is amazing.
It is.
Personally,
it is.
Personally, the Wabbajack from Skyrim, or whatever it
I
was
think
called.
people only like that because they can say Wabbajack.
Oh, I like it because it's just batshit crazy. Like
Well,
yours
no,
truly.
I get that, but I think people just like saying Wabbajack. Like I really
don't.
like saying
I would have
Wabbajack.
preferred something more crazy to say.
I don't
I
know.
like
Wabbajack's
Wabbajack.
kind of fun.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
the fact
It is
that
fun, but I would have preferred something like the
super casual.
Wabbajack-a-lock or something like that. Like something
Yeah.
with like a bit of extra syllable to it.
See, I think you're getting greedy there.
Yes,
think-
I am getting greedy there.
You know, I personally, though, in my opinion, if you're going to bring Skyrim into it, I have to, of course, endorse the Staff of Hentai Surprise.
The what?
The Staff of Hentai Surprise.
What?
There's a tentacle
I'm
staff
not-
in this game.
I'm not
and no
saying
one's
it again.
doing
That's like saying Thunder Fury Blessed
Yes.
Windseeker.
If you play the Dragonborn DLC, the final boss drops a couple of items that are creepy looking. One
Oh,
of
the
them is a magic
DLC.
staff, and that magic staff, and this is why it's not the name that it came with. It's the name I gave it. I don't remember
Right,
the
yeah.
name it
I
came
picked
with.
up on that.
But what it does is when you fire it at an enemy, it causes poisonous tentacles to erupt from the ground beneath their feet.
Yo, fuck. I got Skyrim. And
You
then
can
I'm like, I'll
rapid
get
fire it like it's a machine gun.
I've got all the DLCs, and I tried to do that DLC, and it didn't work out because I was too low level. So I go back, and then I discover mods. And every time I've ever tried to do a Skyrim run, I'm like, just one mod.
Nope.
And it turns into a heavily modded run,
Yep.
and it crashes at like a major point in the main story. And I'm just like,
that's why you gotta play through it once clean, man. No mods, because that's how you get to this. That's how you get to all the good stuff. Now, the Staff of Hentai Surprise, as I call it, is in the base game for the DLC. It's not.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
nothing modded about it. It's great. In fact, that used to be my online handle here, because I think that's hilarious. Was Hentai Surprise before I was Samuel the Infamous,
Hey, Sam.
because nobody likes a hentai surprise.
You know what that game doesn't have though? Doesn't have.
I can think of some people I know personally who would be down.
Oh,
with
hold
it.
up! You're talking over somebody.
Sorry, my bad.
It's cool. I'm out of here anyway. I'll catch y'all later.
No, well, I
All
dare
right.
say
Well, have a good night then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have dinner. So, peace.
All right.
peace.
See you later.
Pieces.
Look, I'm just gonna
chicken.
say this. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna admit something. I could not get into Skyrim.
You
Nah, it's
what?
fine.
I could not get into Skyrim. It's boring.
How's it boring?
I could not get past the go talk with the blacksmith and explore.
Oh,
But then you're talking to someone who their favorite video games include stuff like Destiny, Destiny 2, Warframe, Borderlands. There wasn't
Destiny
enough.
DLC.
Yes, Destiny DLC. Rise of Iron is my favorite.
God of War.
God of War is awesome. Yes.
Saints
I
Row.
think the biggest issue I have with Skyrim is the fact that I played For Honor first. In that For Honor's combat system has just ruined medieval games for me.
I have to play that game.
It's so good.
It's okay.
It's so good.
It's okay.
Like, I love For Honor's combat system. It's one of those things that I absolutely love. It's when I play that game, I suck. But it just, when you actually manage to do something, it just feels so good. It's a rush of serotonin. It's one of the best feelings there is in the world, in my opinion. Doing good at that game.
I don't know. Personally, I like. I like overwhelming force. I don't really care so much about the nuanced combat system. I like to know that I'm gonna crush my enemies and that I don't have to sit there and fucking dance with them.
Again, that's just a difference in personalities. But I would love a Skyrim game, like a Skyrim-like game, like the aesthetic of Skyrim and all that stuff, with the For Honor combat system.
Me too, Carrie. Me too.
You know, I've never had one, so maybe that might change my opinions on such things.
I mean, it'll open your eyes, especially if she's bad at it.
Oh God! I don't even want to imagine that.
Oh, too much.
I mean, you know what a cheese grater is, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh God.
That's all I'm saying about that.
Oh dear God. Yeah, but now you're leaving
You
it
sound
up to
like you know
my
from personal experience, man.
You know, some people who practice such things are better at it than others. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God. Are the best for the gameplay. I love Doom. Yeah, I love Doom. Yeah, I love those games. I love those games. Though I don't know if you heard Overwatch 2 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare are going to require a cell phone number to be able to play them.
Oh, fuck that.
And it's not even a complete game either. Like, the Battle Pass works, the store works, the game itself doesn't work.
See, this goes right back into our initial topic. Right
Yep.
back into it. They want information so that they can control what you say and what you do.
Yeah.
You know, Why, for instance, I had to get an audiogram done for work the other day, right? It was mandatory. We all have to do it. Tend to work around loud machinery, so it's just kind of one of those things. And I'm kind of wondering why the hell the brief little paperwork where I sign off on, they're giving them permission to put the headphones on my head and stick me in a little box and listen to tones for 15 minutes. Why did I need my social security number? Especially if they already have access to my employee number.
Yeah.
That is
And that's
Creepy.
just local hospital employees.
that's shifty shit, dog.
That's the kind of shit you're going to see everywhere.
No, well, the thing with the requirement of SMS for Overwatch and is you can't even have a prepaid carrier. So it's like you have to have so you can't like switch it around. So like I have Metro PCS. At least
Right.
according to all of the searches I have done, Metro PCS does not work. And the thing is you can't even download the game. Like I went to download Overwatch 2. I wanted to play Overwatch 2. I wanted to try it. And it's like first thing they ask for is a cell phone number. It's like and they're like, we'll text you. I remember someone saying something like they'll text you updates in the game. It's like, but no, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is coming out, and a lot of people don't know this, and I hope they change. But last I heard, Activision, if you want to play the online multiplayer, which is a part of the game, you have to put in a text number.
Yeah. Like personally, shouldn't they be more focused on making the game so on day one launch, you don't spend 2 hours getting into the game only to get kicked after your first match?
Oh no, if you're lucky, it's only 2 hours. From what I heard, there are people who wait 5
like,
hours.
I didn't play the game because I knew it was going to be shit. And like they didn't even like one of the main selling points was that we're gonna have like you can change up your skills and do this cool. From what I've seen, they don't even have that. They don't even have some of like the campaign that was supposed to launch. I haven't heard anyone talking about that either. So it might be there, it might not be. I don't know. But just like it was supposed to be Overwatch, but with so much cooler shit, and it's the same game with 2 or 3 new heroes and slightly tweaked skins that is just objectively worse because it desyncs you. I'm going to catch myself here because I'm going to go into a fucking rant and I talk too much as it is.
So
No,
in
but on
other
top of
words, they screwed the pooch again
Yes.
for
Yes.
another year.
And they're
And
going to
I-
screw
and
it
the-
again.
And to think I was gonna go buy, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't pre-order. That's why I don't pre-order games anymore.
Yeah.
No,
Like
but
it's like I don't remember who brought it up, but someone brought up the Dragon Reach thing or the upcoming D&D. Like I read through that and I'm like, this is so cool. This is the kind of thing I would definitely pre-order. But Spelljammer was shit. Like they don't make good content anymore. They give you shitty content, and then if it's something that people don't like the Hadazi race in Spelljammer, they cut it out because some people on Twitter cried about freaking bullshit. I think it was like comparing the space monkeys who were tortured by a wizard to the Tuskegee experiment. If you're drawing those conclusions, that's on you. It's like you pre-order content that's not even good, and then they take away the little content that was actually interesting.
no, but aren't you the
Because
one
some
who's
people
the
get freaking hurt. Catching myself.
No, but aren't you the one
No.
who's the ist or the who when you say the tortured space monkeys and the Tuskegee
Tuskegee experiment. Basically, I believe it was the United States Army forced syphilis and other sexually transmitted diseases on people, specifically men of African descent, and tested them, and it was pretty fucked. People work.
Thank you, Kohai. Thank you.
Make that money. Make that money, Shadow.
That's decent Photoshop.
I like this. No, but they got the perfect experiment too, where they express it on your face or smiling like, hey.
Like, hey, bit.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I think we found your new profile, PFP, right?
No, I'm sticking with Dinobot. Fuck that noise.
Wait, you have done okay. No,
Tell
but
my tale and tell it truthfully. First the bad, then the good. Or fuck, actually, hold on. I have the quote as my Discord summary. I can read it out in proper.
You know, or to sum it up more succinctly, $20 is $20. All right, that's enough torture, but I'm not promising I won't pull that out again in the future.
Oh no, that's so no, like the whole like a tree touched me thing that they do on Legion
Oh
Talk.
God, that is so awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah, no, I walked into that, man. Well, I didn't walk into it. It just randomly happened to me. But
You needed. See, this is why you need an expert.
listen, I make fun of everyone around me. If I can't take a lick, I might as well not send them out.
Yeah. Oh, that's something though. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send that to Uber Geek.
I don't know who that is.
He's one of the Legion of Memers. Ask Commander Phil who he is.
He
I
wasn't. Yeah,
vaguely know who Commander Phil is.
he's on. He's been on a Royal.
Yeah, no,
Rumble.
I know him from your streams, but other than that, I don't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Uber Geek. Actually, Uber Geek puts out some pretty solid content on YouTube too. I would check him out.
Okay.
He mostly does like the nerdrotic kind of pop culture stuff, but he's also one of the right up there with Superman if he was afraid of green rocks, as a founding member of the Legion of Memers. I don't believe he is the founder, but he's one of them, and one of the more well known ones. Friday Night Tights, him and Superman, if he was afraid of green rocks, and a handful of other guys, they provide a lot of those memes that you see on that show.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna get this to him and see if I can't get Gary to put it up there.
Please God, no! I don't want like my first. I don't want my like. I don't
Because
want...
they get like 18,000 live viewers.
Please God.
Your YouTube channel is going to explode. It'll be bigger than mine.
I don't want the reason that happens to be because
I won't do that, but I probably will put it up on my community tab. Don't worry, hardly anybody sees that shit.
Which for me, my community tab is the best part. I do more on my community tab because it's fun.
I'm kidding, dude.
You
Lighten up a
pay
little bit. A little bit. Calm down, brave. Put some lipstick on.
no, I'm not. No, so I hear someone shouting, and I'm interested trying to hear what they're saying.
That's somebody trying to throw you a 20, but you're not on stage.
No, it sounds like two frat guys yelling at each other.
Well, I still think we need to get you an expo.
Hulk? No. It's not happening. Hulk.
Hey, those 8K TVs, especially the OLED ones, are beautiful.
Falk.
The LG C1 is beautiful.
As I've expressed, Falk, my self-esteem, non-existent. My self-respect, it's still there.
Oh God, don't get me started on his self-esteem. He writes 3 paragraphs in 10 minutes that are better than anything I have ever written. I want to get him to write more corporate stuff because this is actually really, really well written. There are a couple of things I would slightly modify. For example, I don't think Cat is doing actual CPR. He's probably using a bag valve mask and not breathing. But which is a bag is the mask with the
that requires,
bag
that
valve
requires
mask.
2 people, and that's why he switched to 1-person CPR. With the
No, you can use the bag valve mask with 1 person.
He had to switch back to normal first-person CPR.
But no, there's a couple minor things I would change. But no, you wrote really, and you've given me some other ideas to add to what I've written. That's really, really well written.
Don't listen to her; she's biased.
No, he really wrote something really, really good. The way he you started with he's walking through the corridors and he's disgusted by the fact that the person ran around with a sword. He's like, who would bring a sword to a gunfight? And he's like, he hopes he's still alive. And he's like, the only way he'd be alive. And it's really well written. It's like, I wish I could write that well. There's me. I've been stuck for weeks on trying to do this EMT paragraph, several paragraphs of. Though unfortunately, I don't get to use the part I really wanted to use because I realized it won't fit.
Yeah. Well, like, I'm not the same way with like my novel. Like, with what I'm actually writing for myself, it's very hard. And part of it's just like, I have a level of perfectionism I hold myself to when it comes to anything involving writing, like my novel, world building. Like, I hold myself to a level like, some of the people in the D&D group were complaining that I didn't, like, it was taking me a week to get all the shit ready for the solo sessions and stuff. And I'm like, they're like, dude, just skimp out on some of the world building. I physically cannot, because everything I worked on felt integral to the work. Like, I can't, like, to me, you can't take out the climate out of understanding a civilization because that gives every aspect of their culture, and you can't just like ignore. Like there's certain things you can't remove from it, and then that all transcends into writing, if that makes any sense. And
Right.
Samuel, sorry for kind of getting off topic again, man.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Well, I was kind of hoping Amir would show up, but since she didn't, we got into all kinds of trouble.
Yeah,
Because you know, that's what happens when the cat's
imagine
away.
she like showed up and
The
then
mice make
saw like
memes of each other.
the discussion about the fucking gremlin picture, and then it's like,
Oh god, that would be ridiculous.
You know what? She'd probably
She just would have
laughed.
laughed.
She has a pretty good sense of humor.
Yeah, if she does.
But you know, she also probably would have laughed and then left.
exactly.
So, and I wouldn't blame her for doing so, because, but you know, here's the thing: we're having fun here, and that is a good thing. People should laugh, they should have fun, they should enjoy themselves, because if they don't, then what's the point in doing anything? What's the point in life? You know, we can't be focused on the bleak shit all the time, because if you're all you're doing is surviving, you're not actually living.
We really need to get those.
True.
No, especially with everything going on, it's like, and then you can't even get escape in entertainment. So it's like the least we can do.
Using, like holding when you die, that one stays with you.
Right. Type.
So I.
Yeah, no, I understand. She was busy today, so she said she would if she could, but you know, it's like she's got stuff to do, and I understand that sometimes this is an inconvenient time for people because they've got families and such, and it's the middle of Saturday afternoon or evening or whatever. I mean, for Kat, you're on the East Coast, and Larry, I think you're in the same time zone. You know, 6 p.m. for you guys is like, you know, standard family dinner time. You know.
Yeah, no, my family usually does stuff on the weekends, so and they know I live stream all weekend, and
yeah. Well, I wasn't saying you particularly, but
Yeah.
like in general, like
Yeah.
people who are, you know, at that time zone, and then other people like say on the East Coast or the West Coast, they're an hour ahead of where I am, so they want to be out, you know, doing stuff, and you know, on Saturday and all that stuff. So I get that this can be an inconvenient time for some people, but it is the time best suited to myself. I work all week myself, so when we do live stream during the week, it's pretty late, as Larry can attest. You know, so we you know, this I don't know, it works out for some, it doesn't work out for others. Maybe we'll get her next time. But meantime, I should probably reiterate from the top of the show, for those of you who don't know, although I'm pretty sure everybody in chat does know, Exiled Lioness channel has been suspended. It will be suspended through, I think, at least Wednesday. And so no content from her over there. So if you need to get a hold of her, or you have questions about it or whatever, my email is in my About page. And you can get a hold of her through me. And that kind of thing. And I will answer any questions that I can answer. You know, but that's probably the best way to do that. Right now, that's really all we know. It is only a week suspension, so it's not like she got nuked or anything. Although that may be coming, because she, like Larry said, was super pissed about this, and she may go scorched earth when she comes back. So she may not too. She might have had a week, might be enough time to calm down.
Yeah. I was continuously trying to talk her out of it.
So wait, like what did YouTube say was the reason?
They didn't give one.
Well, put it this way. What they've been doing is they've been going back and deleting all her videos that had to do with the 2020 event. So they went back 2 years and started deleting her videos, and then started giving her strikes for it, and then started hitting her with false copyright strikes. Like they copyrighted her voice and then hit her a strike for it.
Gotcha. So they're just trying to take her off air because she is someone who doesn't.
Well, what they're doing. Yeah, what they're doing right now isn't so much like, because if they wanted to take her off air, they could just nuke her. What they're doing is they're trying to make it so uncomfortable and so difficult to work on YouTube that she just quits. Because if she just quits, then there's no actionable anything.
Yeah, and she can't. And if the rules change, if laws change, then she can't go back and sue them later. But you know, people are barnacles; they're holding on like barnacles. And like I told her, I said, "Look, just open up a Rumble, back your stuff up, because they're gonna have to make some changes because everybody's getting tired of it. Other sources are starting to pop up and people are aware of it. Like a Sam and I was talking about the other day, Rumble went public a month ago, so the potential when a company goes public, that's an influx, that's an infusion of cash, and changes and things that are coming. This time next year, Rumble's probably going to look completely different.
And that makes me think of. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
No, go ahead.
That makes me think of something Steven Crowder's been saying for years of how he could just stop being on YouTube and stop dealing with the bullshit on YouTube, but then they win. You gotta stay sure, back your stuff up to Rumble, back your stuff up to your own private site. That way you can keep people with the content they want, but make them have to go full scorched earth to completely remove you, because you have every right to use YouTube as the next person does.
They're going to have to kick my ass off of here. I'm not leaving voluntarily.
Yeah.
Well, you're into that S&M stuff anyway, so you're fine.
Which, I mean, to be fair, removing someone like you, or hell, someone like me who's got even fewer subscribers, would just be like scraping a bug off a windshield. But someone with the thousands of subscribers,
right? You're right. I don't have the resources to fight something like that, but I will absolutely hang on with my fucking fingernails and my teeth until they force me to go. At which point, I'll just start doing my thing somewhere else. But in fact, we're working on some stuff. As just to reiterate once again, Rumble link's in the description. Cat's Rumble link is in the description.
Yeah.
The faster we get those subscribes up to 100, the faster we can do this shit elsewhere.
Already subbed to both. Cat's up to I think 60. Samuel, I think's
I'm up to 48.
I'm at 7.
I will put you in my community tab. I will put you in my community tab. I'm at 48 at the moment.
Don't talk me to that, literally.
But no, it's just, I'll admit I'm scared because I'm breaking the narrative. I am like all those other people who, they expect me to fall in line because of what I am. And so it's since I don't fall in line, it's what are they going to do to me?
Right.
I'm not going to fall in line.
They call you a traitor.
Auntie Tom.
Upgrade from ASL shop.
Like that lady over at the LA City Council. She got caught on that recording.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. Everything's so fucked these days that I don't. You know what? Actually, we could all use a good laugh, right?
Yeah.
Everything's just
I swear to fuck.
So fucking bad. Here you go, guys.
The only thing is missing is the poll, but other than that, good job.
I now want to watch that movie. Oh my god, I want to watch that movie.
I was like, you know what? I get the vibe I get from that image is you guys. You ever see Sister Act?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So put this in place of Whoopi Goldberg's character.
Oh god.
Oh, that's messed up. There's another one coming out.
I heard that.
Wait, is it going to have Whoopi Goldberg?
Yes.
Can't she even make a movie?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, she can make a movie. She just has
still
to get around
breathes.
with
Working.
Hey, she's still walking. She just uses a cane.
Can't she even move? I thought she lived on the set of The View.
Well, until she gets suspended for saying that the Holocaust was white on white crime. So who cares?
That pissed me off so much that she got away with that shit.
Of course she did.
Well,
Actually, no. Let me just say this: a bunch of people at work, at least one guy, at work, or a guy at work. I don't know more or not. I didn't bring it up to anyone else. Was like, no, she got hit hard the way she did because she's a black woman. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about it. They're
Roseanne got hit harder. Roseanne lost her job.
That's why I didn't say. I'm like, he's like, the only reason she got punished so hard was because she's a black woman. I'm like, dude.
Was this person
white? White guy.
No,
if no clue what he's talking about.
Yeah.
If she was anything but a black person, she would have lost her job instantly.
Yeah.
If
Which
Joy,
is why-
what she said was
if Joy
abominable.
Behar, if Joy Behar had said that, she would not be there working right now.
Yeah. Which is why I told him, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to discuss it. I'm not even going to bother. Because I knew that if I even tried, it was not going to be worth it. I was like, if you're really that dumb that you think that, she got what, 2 weeks? She got less than a 2-week suspension.
She got a vacation.
Paid. Yeah, she got a paid vacation.
Paid vacation.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know is, speaking of the Viewcast, is who the hell had the nerve to name Joy Behar Joy?
I think it must have been some kind of like sarcastic,
Yeah,
joke.
because she's devoid of it.
There's the reason.
You know? Like, I don't know, maybe her parents were hopeful.
Has anyone heard of the show Drew? Because that show keeps coming on one of our TVs on display. And first of all, they are still making their audience. Everyone wears yellow masks. It is so creepy to see the entire.
COVID is dead. Stop it.
They
No.
still do it. They're
We're gonna-
all and
We're going to clear that shit up right now. Okay. So the masks were not about the virus. They have never been about the virus. They told people it was about the virus. It was about compliance. They are not masks. They are muzzles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a test run to see how far they could push the public into doing what they were told without fighting back. And it worked.
yeah, because
here
now
we
they have
are.
people saying that men get pregnant. Something that
Yeah.
is a fact
It
that
was-
there's no the fact that men and women are identical. When every day I go to work and I work with a bunch of men, I can tell you that is not true. You have to be really, really stupid to believe that, and yet somehow they have managed to brainwash people to think that it is a good idea for a freaking man to compete against women. I am sorry, that's impossible. So they have managed to so thoroughly brainwash people with this nonsense that you can tell them that it's snowing outside and it's bright and sunny, and they will believe you, and they will fight anyone who disagrees with them. They will. I can tell you that Buster is a dog, and put Buster on the screen and say, "No, this is a dog," and if you disagree, and people will believe me, and yeah. They become basically obedient little slaves. Someone actually, some weird droid commented to me in Discord. He's like, something about is God a video game or something like that. I can't remember exact words, but my response was, no, God is like a video game developer. He even gave us NPCs.
Is he snarky when you don't like his product?
I mean, we're the failed product.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
no, we
yeah.
even have my cat has more personality than some of these people.
Your cat did run for president. It was on my ballot.
Yes. But everyone cheated. Even that person running for the Green Party who got less than 1%, those votes belong to Buster.
Whose phone was that?
Dude, it's Larry's. Like it's getting to a point now where I can recognize his ringtones.
So that's Buster asking for money for her next campaign contribution.
Guess who it is? The
Sorry, what's
Jamaicans.
this? Yes.
Is it?
Yes, the Jamaicans.
What are they up to? I suppose I shouldn't ask while we're on air.
I don't know.
Oh, Falk. No one's Falk. No one's saying that. No one has ever said that.
Liam
Thomas was a good swimmer.
is
The
a
issue
good
was
swimmer.
like
ish.
Oh no,
So,
they were
okay.
in 400th place when it came to competing against men. Like
600.
400.
that's still
yeah.
impressive. Like if
Yeah.
you get, if you manage to get to
I'm
like
not
state,
saying. I'm
that
not
is a
saying he
sign that
wasn't
you are a damn good athlete.
Yeah,
Now-
not saying that he wasn't a good athlete. It wasn't even in the top like fucking 100% or top like 100
Yeah.
places though for men, and then
Yeah.
it goes over to women's and is like number one
Instantly winning. Yeah.
because women and men are built differently.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
like,
the fact that they made
Like
Go ahead.
when I was in high school, I swam on swim team because my high school was weird and required everyone to take some form of sport, probably like pad numbers or something.
Mhm.
And I, compared to a lot of other people, I didn't really give much of a shit, especially compared to some of the women. But there were plenty of women on that team that I could, even though I was a fat bastard who wasn't working out as much as I should, I could still outpace them and I could still beat them. And these were the people who were going to the swim meets. I think one of them, I never beat the person who was going to go to state, but I got pretty damn close to her times.
Well, they had a bunch of 15-year-olds competing against the women's world in Olympic soccer team, and the 15-year-old boys won.
Yeah, it's like, it's fucked. The whole thing is fucked. Like, just look at any records between like a male record and a female record, and you just look at the list of records, and you will see that this shit ain't okay.
No, because I live it. When I go to work, okay, I can carry a 55-inch TV. So no, there's no one who's going to say, "Oh, Kat, you are a weak woman." No, I can carry, and everyone was teasing me this Friday because I was walking through the store with a 55-inch over my shoulder, and they were joking, "Kat's the strongest one here," because I was going with a 55-inch over my shoulder. It's like, "Are you showing off?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." But watch the guys I work with handle 75-inch TVs, 86-inch TVs. I watch my buddy Kay just throwing 75-inch TVs up. It's like, yeah, there's no comparison. So when these idiots say this trash, it's like, but I live it every day. There's only 2 women who work in the warehouse for a reason. Every single one of them ends up leaving the warehouse. I'm the only one me and my supervisor are the only ones who have lasted this long. It's because, yeah.
Kat, you're just a bigot.
Yeah, apparently. I'm also a cis straight white man. And a man.
No, that's what I am.
I'm also apparently a cis straight white man baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen you at the triple patriarchy meeting, the double triple patriarchy meetings. Have you been getting your invites?
Well,
no, I haven't.
I stopped paying my dues, so they kicked me out.
Well, you gotta pay to get in. I've just been going to eat the fucking donuts. I don't care about the ideological shit. I'm just there to get the free donuts and coffee.
Don't let them catch you.
There's like 10,000. There's like 10,000 of us there. What are they gonna? They're not gonna notice me.
Yeah. So the speaking of the men competing in women's sports, because that's really what it comes down to. It's not trans. I'm gonna say this, and it's a fact. Men cannot be women. Women cannot be men. Period. That said, it refers me to. It reminds me of part of the problem with men competing in women's sports. Doesn't matter how they dress it up. Doesn't matter if they cut their junk off. They are simply built differently. Looking back to Fallon Fox, the MMA fighter who I think it was Tamika Brents was her opponent, his opponent, who was a woman. And Fallon Fox fractured her skull, beat her until her skull cracked.
Yeah.
Right. This shit's gonna get more women killed than anything else.
Yes.
So
yeah, send a chat for the channel, guys.
There it is.
We've hit the point where feminism, something meant to help women and save women, has inevitably damned them. We can't until the United States military decided that we need to have a viable definition to figure out who we can force into the meat grinder. The government couldn't give a definition for women. Now they can give a clear definition for women because men are required to fight and die over political bullshit. Yay!
Yeah. And Larry's joking here, but he makes a point. The fact that we can't say anything about it, or we're not supposed to say anything about it, is not right. No, that's true and that's fair. But the fact is that any man worth their salt would not have gotten into the ring after being goaded like that, especially not against a woman. Because the fact is we are bigger, we are denser, we are faster, and we are stronger, and we can more easily permanently damage a woman than they can us.
And it's
That's
from
just
the
a fact.
womb. The testosterone starts from the womb. The boys are different than girls. And I think another problem is that in these movies and TV shows, and I've said this before, I think it is very, very dangerous, the fact that we are showing women being so ridiculously overpowered in movies and TV shows. Because when I was a kid, after watching all these TV shows and stuff, I used to think, oh, well, if I learn karate, I'll be able to beat up a guy because, it isn't just about sheer strength. And then I took karate and I sparred against guys and I could feel they are holding back. So no, the problem is I wouldn't be surprised if the woman in this fight couldn't even understand that after seeing so much of this feminism movies, she thought she had a chance. Oh, I would have
Yeah.
stopped. Yeah, because you're a gentleman.
Well, no, he's a trench rat.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
you are
Kat, that
more
actually-
of a...
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say you're
I was
more
gonna say
of a-
I was just rewatching some clips from like the old Netflix Daredevil Punisher series and all that. There was a Punisher. There was one of the fight scenes in Punisher, the one where he like fights the Russian mob in the White House, and there's the dude who's like a big fucker, probably an actor, a extra who's got like gigantism or something, like a really big fucking dude, and Frank is getting thrown around and manhandled by the guy, and that scene is where I'm like sitting there like, this is the difference in the way they portray men as realistic combatants, or when they aren't portrayed as realistic combatants, like Frank Castle, who let's drop the bullshit. Realistically, a guy ain't going to be able to do the amount of shit that he does and come out of that alive. Frank is an example of a superhuman, and yet they still frame him within a logic of, okay, he comes up against a bigger guy. What's he got to do? He's got to get a weight and fucking sucker punch the guy in order to start doing damage. How do they display a woman when she goes up against a superior strength opponent? The Guy Ladriel fight against the troll. It's fucking bullshit.
Well, I would probably in the context that you're framing that in, I'd probably use Black Widow as an example.
Black Widow's a better example. Yeah, but I'm just like specifically meaning something that is like, I mean, she's an elf that gives some strength points, but Black Widow's also a better example.
Well, that's my point. Is that Black Widow's human, and she's not a particularly large human to begin with, male or female.
Or I think the what was it? Not the Atomic Blonde movie. That's I've heard some. I've never seen it. I've heard some conflicting information about that. Fuck, what's the?
I mean, I might watch that just because I like Charlize Theron, but yeah, it's bullshit.
Right. There's one thing I'm thinking of where it's like it's a woman like smaller than Kat throwing around dudes bigger than me, and I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was, but I can't for the life of me.
But the problem is it's dangerous. I mean, I'll admit it. I freely admit, before I took karate, because I'd never fought against guys, I didn't know the difference. I hadn't worked at the warehouse where I'm working right now either. So I didn't see it that much until, they paired me with a guy, and I could feel that the guy was holding back because he knows he's like a foot and a half taller than me. And he was, So, and it's teaching girls are growing up thinking that the only way to be strong and powerful is, well, first of all, they think that, they'll easily kick any man's butt. And it's like, no, they will easily kick your butt. You don't want to be stupid. But then don't be on the whole, if in order to be a strong woman, you have to be a man.
That makes me think of something else that I've got from personal experience. So at the place I worked, we were like in the locker room, not the locker room, we were in the break room, we were having a chat, laughing. I don't remember what I said, but I said something that like got a lot of people laughing, and then this girl comes up. Like, she had a smile on her face. It was clear that she meant this as a joke, but she slaps me across the face, and I had to catch myself from punching her. If I punched her, that would have been fucked because she's like a head smaller than me. She was a woman. It was clearly meant to be a joke, but you don't put your hands on someone else. And that was an example of like media saying, hey, it's all right to go up and slap a dude. Like, I don't know if it was pent up aggression, if it was genetics, but I had to catch myself. And that what Kat's bringing up is very dangerous because if I didn't have that level of self-control, or if I was a more violent individual than I was, she'd be on the ground. She would have been on the ground, possibly bleeding, and I would be fired and possibly arrested because she decided to do something stupid.
Well, here, let me chime in on that because I definitely understand what you're saying, but it's a difference between, and I think this is how the police will look at it. It's the difference between her walking up to you. First, you didn't know that she was going to do that.
Yeah.
And it's a huge difference between her slapping you, turning around, walking away, you thinking about it and walking up to her and punching her, and her slapping you and out of reaction, you just hitting her back. Most people would have hit her back just out of reflex, for getting caught like that. But if the police would have been called, she would have gone to prison, not you, especially if there's witnesses, because she hit you first. Now, if your job fired you for that,
I think it would have depended on how much damage. Because like, if I had hit her and she wasn't expecting it, falls back, hits her head on like a walkway up to like another part of the break room, hits her head, suffers some more serious damage, or like I would, if I had hit her, I would fully understand. I probably would agree that I deserve to spend a night or two in lockup because
No, I honestly,
you shouldn't hit her. Now, if she punched me or was coming at me with a knife, all fucking bets are off. She's leaving on. She's leaving.
But
dead.
it's just all.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that because there have been cases where I actually saw a video of a girl actually walked. There was a people fighting in a parking lot, and this girl actually walked up to this guy and slapped him, thinking that she was going to get away with it, and he hauled off. I mean, it was instant reflex because she caught him off guard, and he just turned and he hit her with everything he had. She hit the ground, hit her head, was in a coma. The police came out. They did not arrest the guy because, especially eyewitnesses, they're like, look, she walked up to the dude, slapped him. He hit her out of reflex. That doesn't mean that you deserve a night in lockup for that. I mean, I commend you for holding back because nobody wants to hit another person and really, in general, and really hurts them. I mean, no guy wants to hit a woman and hurt them,
No.
But I would say,
I mean, you might have the urge, but you don't fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there is that.
Now, if you just get caught off guard, if it's just reflex and it just happens, because I'm not going to say, some places you're trained to react like that, and if your training kicks in, and that's not an excuse, but I'm saying, everybody's different, man, and somebody could slap you, and that person that got slapped could have some kind of trauma or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know, and it could be a trigger for them.
Exactly.
I would dare say if I was a cop that came out and saw that girl would be in handcuffs. I'd be like, why? If they're gonna take you, they gotta take her. Because if they don't, that's a lawsuit potentially that you have against the company and the police.
Yeah.
No, but just the whole idea, it tells you that a woman, the thing is, it just, even regardless of who she hits, it tells a woman that if she goes out and a guy attacks her, instead of running, she has a chance to win in a fight. And the truth is, she doesn't. That's the danger of it. It tells little girls that that they have the ability to that when they grow up, they have the ability to beat up men. It's like, no, you need the common sense to realize that if you find yourself facing off against a man, you're not going to win. And this is just being realistic, unless you are armed and a guy tries to attack you, you're not, I'm sorry. And that's the problem. That's why I'm saying it's so dangerous, because it's telling little girls that when they grow up, they're equal to men and they will be able to, in fact, they're stronger than men. And it's not true.
Yeah. Women out there, you hear that? Are you really think you're equal to this?
Nice. All right, I like that.
Now to be clear, both parents served in the military. I have met plenty of women who could kick my ass. I'm not some tough shit. I'm not Clement. I'm a tough guy.
You kidding me? Look at those shades. Look at that crown.
Yeah.
You're Alpha Giga Chad.
Nice. And the look on his face is perfect. It's like
the duality, the duality of men. This picture and the other picture.
Yeah. Once again, we have Kohai Maskus to thank for this.
I mean, you
she wanted to make you feel better about yourself.
Thank you for that one.
That is brilliant. And
send those to me. I'm gonna make a community post. It's like the duality of men. It's gonna be the $20, and then it's gonna be the other one.
Yeah, dude. If you
come get him, Carrie. Come fucking get him.
Send me an email and we'll get together, and that way I can get those to you.
Yeah. Here, I'll send you an email quickly. You said it's in your about page.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to remember. It's hentaisurprise@gmail.com. And she says, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
So, Carrie's not happy about it though.
Yeah. Again, come at me, bro.
Yeah, pretty sure Carrie's gonna come out on top of that, because he'll probably just kill you when you ain't looking.
Okay.
Like I said, he's a trench rat.
Are you?
Like he said, he's a trench rat. Kat, there's a link here in the private chat. I missed what you were saying about that. Is this
that's about the soccer team.
Okay.
The girls soccer team that lost.
Oh, right.
5-2 defeat to FC Dallas's U15.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
They are currently the best women's football team in the world. It's soccer, fuckers. Yeah. They couldn't prevent that. Wasn't there like just like one forward who was just making them all look terrible?
I don't remember. All I know is I remember people talking about it and saying, 15-year-old boys.
Yeah. No, it's it is what it is. And then you get people like Megan Rapinoe who are up there saying, I'm so oppressed because I still don't make enough as the same amount of money for doing the same job as a man does, except that you're not doing the same fucking job. If you were put on a man's team, which is perfectly legal, right? If you joined a man's team, you would find very quickly that you are not, in fact, putting in the same job.
And they found with the benefits and everything they got that they actually got paid more.
Yeah, and number two, part of the reason that a lot of women's sports, take the WNBA for example, does not pay as well as the NBA is because that is all contingent on people fucking watching the sport.
Nobody wants to
And
watch.
doesn't the NBA subsidize the WNBA?
Yes, they do, because they're not making any money. They're in fact costing the NBA money.
No,
Look,
but in
okay,
the
the
NBA, is
NBA
probably,
was really,
but they're
really
probably
just
using
use
it.
the-
They're probably
sorry.
using it as a They're probably using it as a tax write-off.
Most likely, but and I'm not saying that nobody watches Women's National Basketball Association. I'm not saying that they don't. There are people obviously who do watch that shit, and
I
people
don't.
who play in it, and people who like that kind of thing. It's just basketball, but with girls, and I don't have a problem with that, and I don't think anybody should have a problem with that. But the fact is they should not be demanding the same amount of money because they are not the same draw.
No.
It's like people, actresses talk about, well, I don't make as much as the big star of the show. And it was like, because he's the star of the show.
Yeah.
He's the draw. He's the box office draw. It's his face and his name that's getting butts and seats.
Yeah.
Not yours. When you are, then you make more money than the others. And they know that. They fully know that. You get a movie starring, like, say, Scarlett Johansson, right? Like starring her. Right. I guarantee you she makes more money than everybody else on that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Unless Disney pulls contention shit.
Well, yeah. But I mean, generally speaking, because she's the star, she's the face of the show.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
She's the box office draw. People are going to see Scarlett Johansson. So she gets paid more. And that's how that industry has always worked. They're just finding reasons to bitch about it now.
Exactly.
And they want to be a victim, and they want to be. Yeah, no, I this whole thing is just killing feminism for me. To me, it's this modern feminism is about hating men, and I don't hate men.
Speaking of taking advantage of modern feminism, Jesus, Carrie. I mean, yeah, he's gonna get slapped twice and then get the third chick. He's not wrong.
Yeah, no, because I mean, nobody. Honestly, I don't know.
I'm gonna make a really, really dark reference here.
Go ahead.
Did you get everybody here? Did you see the Kevin Smith movie Dogma?
No.
Yeah, years ago, but I did see it.
All right. So our main character, the heroine, if you will, meets Jay and Silent Bob outside of the abortion clinic that she works at. And they're like, wait a minute, what are you guys doing here at an abortion clinic in the middle of the night? And it's like, oh, we figured it was a good place to pick up loose women.
It's true. It would make sense. Most of them, it's something like less than 1% are from other reasons. The vast majority are loose women.
Yeah. So that was a bad joke, but it was just a joke, YouTube. I'm not apologizing for the other stuff, but that one I will say was pretty bad.
No, it's not bad. It's hilarious.
Falk, it's not messed up. It's just a little bit twisted.
He's laughing.
Yeah. Love Falk.
So.
Great guy.
All right. Well, folks, I think we've probably taken this one about as far as we can here. So I'm gonna start out with the closing out and the plugs and everything. Pugs. That's exactly what this stream needs is a bunch of dogs that look like they got mashed in the face with a frying pan.
They do look like.
Yeah, they breathe like it too. It's like their noses were jammed up into their brains, which also accounts for how stupid they are. Yeah. Well, I mean, quote unquote hetero life mate. See, Jay has this other chick that he fucks on the side so as not to be all the way gay, but the tubby bastard over here loves the cock. Not that I've seen those movies 100 fucking times or anything. Anyway, Kat, do you have anything coming up?
I'll probably live stream. I do have like a million videos I want to make. Just subscribe to my Rumble, please. I am trying to get to 100 so I can live stream on Rumble because I want to support alternative technologies and alternative platforms. And yeah.
All right, Larry.
Guys, be sure if you can, or if you'd like to, be sure to step in, check us out next Thursday. We're gonna have some more stuff for you guys. Maybe some, maybe a short list of the scariest video games of all time, or we're gonna do another trivia, and maybe have a few more surprises for you guys. So just stay tuned, and if you can stop by Thursday, Shadow, you're welcome to pop in if you'd like. Kat, as always.
Awesome.
It's pretty late. That's why we haven't sent you a direct invite. So
what time?
It'll be let's see, what time zone are you in?
We usually
same as yours, I think.
Mountain?
US Central.
No, I'm in Mountain Time, so I'm an hour after.
I'm an hour behind her.
Yeah, and I'm 2 hours behind her. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
So then for you, it would probably be about quarter after 10.
Yeah.
Ooh, quarter
after. Well, it's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday night.
Thursday? That's what I meant. Thursday. I'm thinking Friday because I've got a class at 9:30.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah, no, I'm probably not. I might pop in a little bit to watch, but I'm not gonna I'm not sticking through the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
so,
no worries, man. It's open to everybody. So, but it is, and it's not like this is going anywhere. They will be up to view later, both here and on Rumble, all that good stuff. Shadow, what do you got coming up?
I did have a daily series I was doing that is dead for reasons I'm not going to get into here. Basically, just what was it?
My Nuzlocke.
Yeah, that died because I walked into a slaughterhouse. But just random stuff. I might stream randomly. I am at some point going to stream again where I paint up these glorious bastards. Bought me some orcs for Orktober, so be on the look for that. But other than that, it's just whenever I feel like doing it, basically.
And I'm thinking of trying to convince him to do a weekly live stream with me because the two of us, if you put us together, we are crazy insane.
Yeah,
it's frightening, the insanity.
Let us know when you get. Let us know when you get that rolling. We'll come and support you.
Yeah.
Come and guest on with us. It'd be fun. But I said it's just a random idea that occurred to me that I'm thinking of because we're crazy. He makes me crazier. He's a bad influence on me.
Yes, I am very bad influence.
He kind of is. I'm not going to deny that. But yeah, that's glad to see that. So, guys, once again, stuff's on Rumble. Links in the chat. Kat's Rumble link is in the chat. Everybody who was on panel today, all of our YouTube contacts are also in chat, including the Exiled Lioness. If you have not checked her channel out, I would encourage you to do so. You may not like it, but you may. Who knows? Right? That's true of any channel. And she will be back up and running then at some point next week. That said, I think that covers pretty much all the bases of upcoming shit, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. So, meantime, thank you all for being on panel. Appreciate having you all here, all of you, and appreciate everybody in chat. Really, really glad to see all of you guys here. Special shout out goes to Kohai Masochist for the excellent memes, which will be seeing the light of day again. Several one. It was a lot of fun. Even the dark shit. That said, remember, we're always going to be free speech absolutists on this channel.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to retract anything. I'm not going to edit what anybody says. The only thing I have edited was for a copyright reason, and all that shit. So say what you like here. If we get taken down, we get taken down. Backing shit up for that reason. Yeah, no worries. Tell him I said hello. I actually got to meet him on the stream that was taken down on the Lions channel. So he was on the panel with us. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on here, and I'm going to keep rambling on unless I shut up right about now. So what I'm going to say is thank you all for joining us once again. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Appreciate all of you. And remember, YouTube, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Night, everybody.